Hey, everybody, we are back. I'm Chris Bromley, and I'm joined by the one and only Sam Dade. We're getting ready to start day 3 of the 2025 World Championship that takes place in 2026. Sam, are you hyped?
I'm very excited. We have whittled our player base down from the millions and millions of UniVersus fans around the world to only 16 players left. And these 16 players are going to be competing for some of the greatest prizes in gaming. Throughout the last couple days, we started with day 1. All the players who did not have enough points to qualify for day 2 had one last opportunity to fight their way into the bracket. Day 2, we saw 6 more rounds of competitive action, and only
Every single Jacob Johnson that showed up to this event made it.
That
Yeah.
character should be more popular, by the way. That
It's very
character
cool.
is a very cool character, but
Very cool.
also very strong what it can do with action cards.
It's hard though, right? It's a very
Yeah.
difficult deck build because anything that's playing with something that cannot be on the board normally, right, is
Right.
going to be tough to play with. But some of the standout surprises, right? Pumat Soul, Nagori Yuki, Chris Miner showing up and
Yeah,
having
100%, the only one.
Yeah, and so yeah, it's very impressive. And there's another post Attack on Titan event, and we do have some strong backup decks being used here with these Zeeks. So I think it's anyone's game, really, truly. There's a good, I would call the backup decks kind of mid-rangey piles. The aggro decks, right, exist. Godzilla's, your Ryu's, and then you have your control and combo decks that exist here. Mark Tyner, pure control. Midoriya, pure combo. And Jake Johnson being, I would call that a control pile too.
I think you got to build the deck that way normally.
Yeah,
you know, I don't.
7 hand size lends itself to be either very aggressive or very controlling.
Exactly.
And so yeah, I think that it's very cool to have seen the characters that we saw make it into the event today.
But Bromley, we got to talk about what are these players playing for?
True.
Because this is the biggest. Oh, we got the bracket first. I apologize.
We'll get there next.
We got the bracket
We
first.
got the actual bracket. Okay, so the way this works for the people at home is top seed cannot play second seed until the final, right?
Right. That's how you want the ideal bracket.
Yeah. So first is going to play 16th, right? And in that same bracket, you'll have 7th playing 8th.
Mhm.
And then the next one down, you'll have third, or I think 4th place playing 12th place, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like a sandwich going down until you have 7th and 8th playing against each other in the middle. But going down the bracket, you see that George is going to come down from the top of the bracket along with Zach Richards, right? Which is the game we're going to be watching right now.
Be our
is
top
seed
16 stream
versus
match.
our our 16th seed.
Our
And
birthday boy, by the way.
yeah,
Yesterday, birthday boy pulled a chrome and converted to day three.
Day 3.
There's only one thing that could be better for your birthday, and that's winning it all.
Yeah. Let's see if he can continue with the birthday buff, or George Rangel can continue his streak, because he went 5-0,
Yeah.
yesterday. But yeah, I think some of the tougher matchups here, right? I see control mirrors, right, with TC and Jacob Johnson, and Krista Lenz and Rodan. I see a couple of aggro matchups, right? Nagori Yuki playing against the one Mikasa at the event. No, that's not Nagori, that's Bridget. But yeah, it's gonna be a nail biter, I think, across the board. And as we get deeper into the tournament, right? Only 4 rounds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. So don't touch that dial or whatever you want to. Don't touch that mouse or your phone, whatever it is, because we're gonna have high impact gameplay all day long. And let's talk about the prize structure really quick.
Yeah, so our top 16 players are going to walk away with 4 of these beautiful chrome treatments for Worlds, plus the chem-etched Jamie Stu. Very, very cool chem-etched treatment on that card, and awesome messenger bag. We've upgraded from the sling bag to the multi-pocket messenger bag, so you can carry all that extra prizing with you, and, of course, the top 16 playmat now in color.
Ooh, we do like a full color treatment.
Yes.
And then for top 8, I think we're just going to get more stuff.
Yeah, they've got a very cool progression of the chromes here. So top 8, you're going to get another suite of chromes, another one of the chem-etched treated cards. The top 8 this time in green, little fancy green. I like the way that it's
That's a nice
kinda,
color.
Yeah, it's got like the cutout almost, if you will. Get a little bit of perspective there. And then top 4, we're getting to our bronze medalists with the playmats. You're now going to get the Chun-Li with the treatment, along with 4 other chromes. And I love how by the end of it, if you're the champion, you're going to end up with like the full kit of the turtles.
Yeah.
You're going to get the full team, the full squad.
Yeah.
But we've also got finalist prizing for the player that comes in second place. They are going to be getting another suite of the chromes and another one of these beautiful treatments here. This time it's going to be Luke Sullivan, gym coach.
Gym coach Luke Sullivan. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? The premier character from Street Fighter 7?
Street Fighter 6.
6? Okay, yeah,
He's
sorry.
the new protagonist.
Yeah, he's the new protagonist, yeah.
The protagonist will always be Ryu.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah,
they're trying
he's
to
the guy on
do
the
new
cover.
things. Yeah, you don't want to just bring out the old characters. But yeah, we got Kai Kisuke, you know, Soul Bad Guy's friend and rival, if you will.
Right.
And like I said, the beautiful Chrome.
Yeah, especially I love the chrome treatments in Critical Role with those signatures.
Yes,
really
beautiful.
making it feel like an art piece.
Yeah, but what we're all playing for,
There can only be one winner.
What we're all looking
and
after.
They're gonna go home with the best prize in gaming: a character card with your face and your likeness on it,
and your design,
and your design.
Abilities.
Even that's the best part, I think, for a lot of people is not just the art and name being their own, but the design being their own.
Yeah.
So you get this cool gold treated playmat, and like you said, that suite of these chromes.
This time it's all the protagonists, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the main characters, because you will be the main character of UniVersus if you win the world championship.
Yeah.
You'll get the Eren Yeager, you'll get the Leonardo, the leader. You've got Soul Bad Guy, the cover art. Ryu, of course, the real protagonist of the Street Fighter series, and Jester Lavore, who part of an ensemble cast, but has to be the most popular Critical Role character. So they made some amazing choices for the championship promos, and they've got some amazing treatments. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, the plaque that you can hang up, show everyone that you were a world champion, you know, put it up in your office, have it maybe in the background of your stream. You know,
I really love that it's kind of like a celebration of the sets that came out this year.
Yes.
And the players as well, right? So it tells a story of the games and the different IPs that are available in the game, and also the story of the year 2025. It's a celebration of that itself. Does World Champions still get an invite to next year's Worlds? Do we know?
I would hope so.
Yeah. I remember we had that going on. But anyway, if you haven't heard, Godzilla Reign of Kaiju is going to be coming out very, very soon. And your pre-releases will be happening next weekend. We had our super duper mega ultra pre-releases this weekend at Worlds. If you were here, hope you participated. I mean, I think the tickets sold out in like 10 minutes and they ran out of kits.
It was quick.
Yeah, it's very quick. But you can type in exclamation point Kaiju because we're looking at the chrome treatments now. Oh
yeah, did you get to see these on stream yesterday?
I didn't.
So like we talked about, Zach Richards, the birthday boy,
he pulled one of them.
He pulled the Jet Jaguar.
Oh,
we had the Jet Jaguar get pulled, and then shortly after,
what number did he have?
I believe it was 69 out of 100.
Sick.
Yeah, and then Rochester CCG pulled a Gigan, which I believe was 42, somewhere in the 40s.
Whoa,
I don't
dude.
remember the numbers exactly, but
Okay.
Rochester CCG pulled a Gigan, and I had Jeremy Ray kind of hold him up to the camera and show him off during our break yesterday, and that was incredibly, incredibly cool. And yeah, again, the gold treatment with the lettering makes them feel really special. They really feel like a prize when you open one, a trophy, if you will. So love the treatments on those. I love the different languages, you know. I love seeing the kanji on there and everything.
I think it's important to celebrate the cultures that these different IPs come from.
Absolutely. So super, super excited for that. But we've got a whole top 16 of action. Bromley, I'm going to give you a very difficult task right now.
Okay.
You have to tell me who of these top 16 players is going to win the entire thing and become a world champion.
I really want it for Jacob Johnson.
Yeah.
I think the only person I can think of that's ever won with their own character is Garrett Brett. Dave Wagner, maybe? Dave Wagner, I think, won nationals with his character. But I think it's just Garrett Brett, maybe Ben Shoemaker.
Dave Wagner was really strong at the time, and a lot of people played that
but
character.
It was Nats, I think, that
I don't think he won
a world championship. I think that would be.
I think before my time there was a few.
Yeah.
But yeah, Garrett Brett is the last one I can remember.
That one was, and Garrett Brett, if you don't know, was the king of sort of pre-UVS games. UniVersus.
He ran out of symbols. He won so many character cards.
Yeah.
He had more than, I think, all 12 symbols represented.
So he started going to 2 symbols.
Yeah, he was the first guy to do the 2 symbol character cards.
Jacob Johnson, and that, in the late 2010s, right, also doing sick runs, incredible runs. I would love for a person to win playing their character. What a better story. Imagine the story there. What's your pick, man?
That's absolutely the goal. I think it's Travis Tangeman's year.
Oh.
I think Travis Tangeman has
Grover to keep him down.
Well, you said it, not me. But I think Travis Tangeman is on a deck that is truly in their element.
Yeah.
I think that they have been one of the most successful players over the last couple of years.
100%.
And I believe that they're overdue.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, there's no due. You got to fight for it. Regardless
That's
of
true.
whoever wins today, they will have truly earned it. And, it takes luck. It takes skill. It takes the right deck. It takes the right time,
And I'll tell you right now, partner, any one of these top 16 players can take it down.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not taking anything away from anyone else here. Zach Richards, I believe, went to every regional throughout the year. I mean, I saw him at a ton of events. Mm-hmm. He might have been working one or two of them. He might not have participated in every single one, but I saw him all throughout the year grinding. George, a lot of people know him as a judge. Mm-hmm. A lot of people know him as being involved in the events, and he was the mastermind behind a lot of the Top Cut decks. When there was 3 Nick Reagans in Top Cuts, he was the mastermind behind those decks. So we've got George's run through the tournament undefeated.
Wow. Played against 3 Godzillas, a Mikasa, you love to see Midoriya when you're playing Godzilla, and then
apparently I still don't get that one.
Killing 3 mirrors on your way to the top is no small task. Okay.
Yeah, and the one Mikasa that converted. So the best Mikasa in the event, he's already defeated. So some of these names he could potentially see again in Top Cuts, and he's got to feel confident in that matchup that he's already won.
Yeah, certainly TC Devertinian, Carson Panos, Ryan Field, all in a Top Cut. So we could certainly see another rematch from Swiss, right? From day 2 of Worlds. And,
on the flip side, we've got our 16th seed, no slouch at all, Zachary Richards. Started off a little slow out the gate against Andrew Porrett, who we saw on stream with a very potent Midoriya deck. And it's really funny because these are 2 6-hand size aggro decks, and you love to see Midoriya if you're Godzilla. Apparently, Ryu has a little bit of an issue with that
flashing
matchup.
One of those important punches could be a little more of a problem.
Yeah.
But this is a story of a person who made it to 16th, right? He won the crucial matches, right?
Yes.
Losing round 1, drawing round 2, man, the mental it can be cracked at that point, right? If you start your day 2 rounds with no win, right? But Zach really pulled it through, winning 3 straight and being able to draw in the final round against Zeke Yeager.
Yeah, so very impressive run. We've got our deck list spotlight here. I have heard people describe this deck as the sauceless Godzilla.
Godzilla.
I can't think of a bigger compliment, truly.
No,
because Godzilla is a brass tacks deck. It is not trying to be fancy. It does not need to jump through hoops. It needs no special tricks.
Right.
It is raw power from top to bottom, and we see lots of 4-ofs, lots of 2-ofs, no 1-ofs, no special techniques, not trying to get tricksy, just playing the best attacks for this deck on the symbol and the best foundations for this deck on the symbol. And let's highlight a lot of 6 checks in this deck.
A lot of 6 checks. When you're playing all these 5 difficulty moves and getting all these bonuses to your gameplay, 6 checks can make it so that you just shoot way over what you need.
Right.
But crucially, when you're trying to play something like a determined advance into a determined advance, those 6 checks can mean you resolve 4 moves instead of 3 or 5 instead of 4. And the crucial thing for me here is that we're, like you said, there's no cute tricks. This isn't a overload deck, right? We're playing all the zones. There is a lot of lows, but determined advance is mid, fast hybrid Chimera Kraken is high, and the mix-up, I think, is the biggest thing that Godzilla players are not playing after, because not being able to prepare for any given turn means that you could die to any move when they're all for 15,
Right.
And so yeah, I think that this deck is just so simple, so straightforward. And speaking of simple and straightforward with a ton of 4Xs.
Speaking of fundamentals.
Yeah.
Mr. Fundamentals himself, Ryu. Now, this deck's a bit bigger. It's got a higher number of attacks, you know, so the ratios are a bit different. And there's quite a bit of sauce in here. We've got the Moment of Normalcy, which, a lot of people view that as a must-have staple.
Yeah.
George not bothering with it, right? We've got the one of Masho Concealment, very powerful interaction piece to cancel enhances on rival foundations, which that can come in super clutch.
Yes.
Canceling a +1 from an inspiring song can be the difference between life or death. And of course, those barrier shields, I think, are going to be the key to Ryu's victory. Canceling out the bonuses that Godzilla gets early on, putting Breaker onto those high difficulty moves before we draw City Rampage, before we get momentum to counteract the Breaker. I believe that's going to be, and before you get pass-through walls, right? George has 4 pass-through walls, which I think is absolutely the correct call in this format, because a lot of the times that Ryu can actually shut your turn down, it's based almost exclusively off of Breaker blocks.
I think the biggest, most impactful moves, the ones that are going to kill our opponent in this game, are not going to be the tech cards, right? Heat Tackle's not going to be killing people. We might see a cheeky rising uppercut, right? But the two simple, hey, you got to deal with these moves in these decks are Besiege in Zach Richards' deck and Determined Advance on George's side of the table. Barrier Shield cannot reduce Determined Advance to 0 speed, which means that we're not going to be able to lazily slap this guy away.
Yeah, being able to effectively poke with Determined Advance should be a pretty big difference, right, between Determined Advance and other attacks in the deck. It's one of the best leadoff attacks in Godzilla, but I believe that a lot of the beauty in UniVersus is almost any attack that is a good leadoff attack is also a good finishing move. And Determined Advance is one of the most underrated finishing moves in the game. It fuels itself with EX3. Like you said, it's got protection against putting the stats to 0, which is a very popular way of playing defense. And it's also got the blitz to fuel itself. So I think that the keys to victory here are definitely going to be centered around, like you talked about, the elusive attacks, the elusive stats.
Yeah, so we're seeing here a 3 build. Ryu is going to be playing, getting a 5 build out here. Which you love to. Oh, maybe a 6? No, okay.
You went for it.
You went for it.
Very risky, saying you got to have it.
Yeah, well, let's see if we're going to just slam the attacks here for George, who did get to go first because he was first seed. So
right, yeah,
if he continues to win, he's only ever going to go first.
Yeah, no dice roll. Whoever's the top seed gets to choose who goes first or not.
Yeah, I mean, so crucial for an aggro deck like Godzilla, right? Mm-hmm. Taking advantage of your opponent, only having a couple cards to block with. But yeah, Zach saying, hey, I'm going to hold 1 card. I'm going to be honest. My screen is pretty pixelated. Can't tell what this guy is.
Yeah, I don't know what the viewpoint is for those at home, but
I hope it's less pixelated for the guys at home.
It looks like, considering the cadence
of City Rampage,
it looks like it's City Rampage into Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. Apologies for those at home if it's not high definition. What you're seeing is what we're seeing as well.
I hope they're seeing better than what we're seeing.
I hope they're seeing better. Yeah, they might. Yeah. That might not be true. They might be seeing better than what we're seeing, but our feed is.
It's a little pixelated. We're figuring it out. It's okay. Ryu committed. Okay, it looks like we hit a sacrifice for the cause. I think. Okay. Again, there's about 4 pixels on that guy.
I'm gonna go check out the live feed. I will get back to you. I will update the board state.
But yeah, we see that this one hit Zach Richards going down to 22 life, taking 10. Whoa. Oh. Following it up with a Blue Flame Torment. Blue Flame Torment, of course, at its peak, can just do a Godzilla Advance. It's a 5-low-5. Makes your opponent check a 6 or get +1 damage and +1 to the following check. And I see a 4 on that dial, so it looks like we're going to have at least 1 to the check. Zach deciding whether or not he's going to be able to block this one. We're tapping our Web of Blades in order to say no to the extra check. George flipping Inspiring Song here for +1 to his own check. Going to get that +1 anyway.
The Frozen Foundation is driven by Retribution.
Driven by Retribution. Oh, that's one you definitely want to seal.
Yeah.
Being able to move that City Rampage out of the card pool, right?
The other Levi's face.
Oh, wow. Okay, so following up with a Walk the Dog.
Could we see a turn 2 here in our top 16?
Well, I think because we got 1 block, and it's a full block on that Blue Flame Torment, it means that it's going to be hard. A sequence of Walk the Dogs could maybe do it, but with only 1 foundation up and only +2 to this next check, I think it's going to mean that we're just going to get a build off. The real question is, can Zach do a significant amount of damage and still be able to hold blocks for turn 3? Because for Godzilla, you typically need to hit them twice, right?
Yeah, and I think the most amazing part about that string is not only were we able to be super aggressive with the City Rampage, deal a ton of damage, bank a lot of momentum, George was still able to build after that.
Yeah, I mean, I one of the cool cards I saw in this deck was Dumbfounded at 2x, right? It's one of the only 2x's in the deck, which means that after
it's the closest thing to sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dumbfounded is a foundation you can build at the end of a string, and a lot of times the City Rampage decks, they fill up their card pool with attacks, and they don't get the check bonus to play foundations. And so you don't typically build a lot after a City Rampage turn, but I do believe that George being able to add 2 resources to his board, and one of those resources readies itself with that Master's Pride, I think that that is absolutely what you want to see.
Brian's back here. He's like, you ever see that meme where the dude's reaching over the young producer to make something happen at the board? This is Brian right now. He got us the oh my God, how crisp, Brian. It's so crisp. It's beautiful. I've never seen something so beautiful.
It's definitely a relief for us.
I can see it. I can see everything. Heat Tackle, the opener for Zach.
You love to see Heat Tackle in this matchup. Not necessarily on offense. Godzilla probably not doing a lot of drawing on defense. But it's a low block, so it blocks the majority of Godzilla moves, and it prevents those 6-handers from being super consistent early in the game. Now, granted, Godzilla has access to short-lived promotion as its primary way to draw cards these days, and short-lived promotion dodges a lot of the reactionary timing, like cards like Heat Tackle, but Rejuvenating Smash, also a very powerful card draw ability. If it's the second card played, you get to respond, gain 2 health, draw 2 cards, but we did have to commit quite a few foundations to get these first 2 attacks out.
Well, a huge deal here is that we got the tension Roman cancel plus a momentum, which means we'll be able to bring the damage of an attack to 3, right?
Right.
Next turn, which means that unless it's a determined advance, one of these moves is only going to do 3 damage.
Yeah, combine that with gaining 2 health from Rejuve.
Yeah.
That's, a 1-point damage difference that is effectively being dealt from where we were at the end of George's second turn.
But very crucially, it looks like Zach drew a very hot hand and unfortunately checked poorly to play the Rejuvenating Smash. See 2 Besieges. Of course, that's only 6 damage right now each. So you would need a third one, but you could do it, right? Besiege on a 5, Besiege on a 6.
Yeah, we could also see the ballsiest play potentially.
Yeah.
A repeated 100%
on
smash.
A 7.
Yeah, maybe check a 6.
Yeah,
maybe commit Ryu.
With 2 momentum, it could possibly kill.
Ryu is playable while committed for the damage pump.
Right.
So yeah, we could have played it on a 7, ready 3 foundations, and played another move after that.
Yeah. The question here, and this is the defining game or defining turn for this game, is if George can push through this board. Because I think if he does not, Zach could kill on his follow-up turn. Godzilla, not good at defense, right? Especially not good at dealing with this much momentum.
I mean, we saw Ryan Kogod kind of prove that a little wrong in day 1 and 2.
Sure. Well, I'm just saying big speed, right?
Right.
Big speed is not.
Yeah. And now that we've got the momentum for things like EX3, you're right.
If George doesn't have the amount of attacks he needs to kill, we could see a board wipe. Just because Zach has pulled ahead and it's going to be untapping that driven by Retribution, a web of blades on board. It's just you don't want your opponent to get anything back.
Yeah, I think it's pretty tough. I think if you have any amount of aggression here,
you gotta send. Yeah.
I think you gotta try to push a little bit. However, the board wipe looks like it's gonna happen. That means our hand not that great. Only 2 attacks.
Yeah,
only 1 card draw, but that card draw is a little privy to some interaction. So I don't hate it. Some pretty good foundations to build for next turn.
Yeah.
Double Fearsome Transformation. That means as long as we can pass our first check, we'll be effectively an 8-hander. And if we pass our first check, we also get +2 to our checks via momentum. So Godzilla able to operate on a small board, whereas Ryu, to get extension, he needs foundations to ready which means the board wipe here denying the effective ramp that the Ryu deck does, but allowing George to take advantage of the ramp that his deck has.
Yeah. Zach also held 3 attacks last turn, right? And could only review 1. So if he drew more attacks, he could have a problem building. I think we could see a Besiege. We're at 18. If we land the true 100%.
Oh, my.
I think that he could have killed if he went true 100%. Not true, sorry. Repeated 100%.
Yeah.
Into
yeah, that would be pretty risky, and I think the biggest mistake George can make here is blocking this Besiege, because that would allow Ryu to know his next check, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you would have to
stack a 6
Ryu,
even,
but you could stack a 6 and then go into a rejuve, then go into a repeated, something like that, because repeated on a 6 checks
it checks a 4. That could have been it.
And again, if George had foolishly blocked that attack, Ryu could have stacked a 6 on top, and look at all that momentum would have absolutely sent this game home in a ridiculous fashion. Really, if Godzilla board wipes you and then you deal 20 damage to him with no foundations, that would have been the most ridiculous top 16 match.
Okay, so crucially checking a 3 here to play the Smashing Stomp, but if it hits, this is going to be the game, I think. We have +2 at our check, of course, from...
Well, this one's only for 9 damage.
No, but I'm saying if it hits, it could be the game. Because we surely have a second move, right?
Oh, yeah.
It does have EX3, which it looks like we used the momentum for.
I think we did +2 to our check.
We did +2
We have +3 to our check total now.
Oh, it was
Smashing
+2 speed
Stomp
from
gives
Vast
1.
Hybrid.
Yeah, Smashing Stomp gives +1 to the check. We have +3 total, so 2 from Godzilla. Vast Hybrid gives it.
We did not have a follow-up move?
Maybe we're rethinking it. No, we did not have a follow-up move. This has been an interesting back and forth, to say the least.
Is George at 12? I thought he took the Besiege. Should be at 6?
Well, he was at 18.
Oh.
And he went down to 12.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, you're right. You're so correct.
So we're going to get a little bit of a build out, but,
does that go for it again?
I think you do with where you're at. You've got the momentum. Your attacks are really good at spending it. As long as we have the Besiege again.
Yeah. Each one of these is for 6.
And what's rough is he's checked a 5 on the Besiege twice now.
Yeah.
But, he checked a 4 on the one before. And like you said, we reverse that order, though it's more risky.
Yeah.
We could have potentially gotten there. And again, I don't think George is allowed to completely block this attack. You can partial block.
Yeah, but
and Ryu doesn't get to respond.
Yeah, but we're going to use Inspiring Song to give rival check. Oh,
-1.
No, is it minus? Yeah, it is minus. We're giving -1 to the opponent's check.
Which I think is the correct method here.
Yeah, it means that we can't, unless we stack a 6, right? Or check a 6, because that's
Or play another Besiege.
Yeah, or play another Besiege. That's true.
There are 4
true.
diffs in the
That's
deck.
true.
There's not many.
If George doesn't have a +3 block, you could just die to double Besiege.
Yeah.
+2 to our check with Godzilla. 1? Do we have 2 Besiege or 2 Inspiring Song?
2 Inspirings?
I don't know.
That sounds correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if like I said, if George doesn't have a +3 block, we could just die to double Besiege. Oh, I think that's all of them. I think we played 2, check 2. So
yeah,
we're deciding whether or not to play another move. No, it's just gonna be building.
It couldn't have been double Inspiring because we only have 1 ready face down.
Yeah, that's. I think it was Godzilla. I saw the momentum from last turn.
Yeah, maybe it was supposed to be +2.
Yeah, I was just saying that I've used the Godzilla.
Yeah. All right, we're going back in now. George has plenty of foundations. He's got Fearsome to help him draw cards. Ryu's board state is still pretty pathetic, and it's about to get worse.
Yeah. Gonna be committing freezing. One of my favorite cards from this weekend, Scales of Juno.
Definitely a good meta call.
Yeah.
A card that hits a lot more decks and a lot more effects than you think.
Yeah.
And it's great for a 1 diff. We're seeing a bunch of stats come down onto the Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken, looking for the barrier shield. It's not happening, but Rising Uppercut.
Rising Uppercut coming in here. We get to respond with Rising Uppercut and with Ryu using the drive effect to attack George on his turn because he took 6 from that besiege means this could be lethal.
Yeah, and the way that the sequencing works, Ryu gets to stack the check for the rising uppercut after the complete block. And now we're going to see the tables may have turned.
Wow.
Bromley, when's the last time you saw someone die on their own turn in UniVersus?
2020.
At least in standard.
Yeah.
This is insane. This could be the robbery of the century.
Oh, we had to use Godzilla to get plus to our own check to block. Oh, my goodness gracious.
By the skin of his teeth.
Holy smokes.
This is the most tense game I've seen in so long. George is forced to build out now.
What a way to start the day.
My goodness. This is this reminds me of have you ever seen the series The King?
No.
There's an amazing fight at the end where 2 guys in armor are trying to sword fight in mud, and it's just completely impossible. This is reminding me of all these medieval fights I've seen where you've got this heavy armor, you're tired, you're exhausted, the adrenaline is completely gone, and yet you have to fight for your life, and you can barely stand.
I think it's gonna be repeated 100% smash. Yeah, you're 100% correct. That's what that captures the energy so perfectly. So, oh my gosh, no. Okay, I brought up stream. Oh, okay. So we put the 100% on the board.
Yeah.
Said, hey, I have EX90, and we get there. There's game 1 going to Zach Richards.
That's crazy.
Broke serve.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, I don't think George did anything wrong there.
No,
it's just everything.
He played what was available to him.
Yeah, it's just Zach had the tiniest edge on every single play. George getting a little choked out, as far as drawing enough attacks.
Which happens with 6-handers, right?
Maybe the board wipe was a mistake.
So the thing is, right, in that hand, right, he had determined advance and a walk the dog, right? So he could have built again, right? But went to 18 the previous turn. Ryu with 3 momentum, right?
Correct.
And attention. So attacking into it feels bad. Even with the determined advance, it doesn't feel great, right?
And George might have had the soul read based on the way Zach played his turn that he had clogged up with attacks, that would definitely get me to play the form.
Yeah.
However, George never really recovered from it either. And because of that reversal was able to sneak in and not win the game immediately, but making him block that attack absolutely led to Zach being able to win.
Yeah. It meant that Godzilla's enhance ability could only affect the block, right? So it was clear. We had no bonuses to check, 2 cards in card pool, right? Just really, it's not like rocket science. Hey, I block with the 0 high block, and I'm going to do the thing, my best play that I have here, my bonus at 6. But
how many Ryus have you seen not even play Rising Uppercut?
I've only seen 2 Ryus, so 1.
Fair enough. Okay, well,
but not playing Besiege either.
I
think both Besiege and Rising Uppercut are huge cards for aggro mirrors, right? Because aggro decks are going to hold the good block modifiers most of the time, right?
Right.
Just the inclusion of Besiege means that their build out's going to be strange, right?
Yep. And I even in the Ryus I've seen playing Besiege, they're typically only on 1 or 2 because it's seen as sort of
at 4, and that's what won the game here. Being able to play safety 3 difficulty attacks
after the
board wipe meant that we could try, right? We could attempt to claw our way back in because that was the only way we were coming back.
Right.
That was it, right? And it just the stars aligned for those things. We were at exactly 6 life for the not the heat tackle, but the Rising Uppercut. It's just, it all came together.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. Brilliant. Sam Tate, you're a genius. Sam hit this button that made the screen bigger so we could see it better. But, okay, George going first again.
I know my way around the Discord channel,
George going to be going first here.
I actually really don't. I'm terrible at technology, but it was bugging me that wasn't full screen.
That wasn't full screen? Yeah, that's fair. I mean, at home, I have like 3 giant screens and a TV, so I never have the issue where I can't see anything. Yeah.
Subtle flex.
No, that wasn't subtle.
Well, at least you're not one of those monsters that just has one of those one massive curved screen that goes across your entire table.
I love when
I've
people
seen
that
some
have,
like 6-foot screens.
I love when they stream from those screens because you can
Oh,
see the
yeah.
entire universe from it.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
I've seen some people, like you're looking at them through their camera and you can see the edges of their
Oh,
screen.
the screen.
On
Yeah,
both
look,
sides.
and there's really curves around
Yeah,
them, right?
it like goes all
Yeah.
the way back around.
And like in a like a racing game simulator, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane. So George gets to go first again, which
Mhm.
is the consolation prize, essentially.
Yeah. Well,
but
it
if
means
you're
that
Zach, you got to feel really good about that game one.
up a game, right? Into the Swiss champ, right?
Right.
Now you have the advantage. Zach is the one who's going to guaranteed get a first turn.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So now George has to break serve back if he wants to win the match in game 3, right?
Oh, here's a big one. Incredible display could have been huge
massive.
in that last game.
Yeah. And I wonder if that is a sideboard card. It was.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 in the side.
Yeah, 2 in the sideboard. It looks like we had Disarming Glance, Great Buckler, Incredible Display, and Scanlan's Hand. Incredible Display probably the I guess Disarming Glance could also do
Disarming Glance is nice because it says you can't play the ability on Ryu.
Right.
The response.
And then on the other side of the table, Violent Animus Shot, right? Not going to do much in this matchup specifically. It's clearly there for backup decks. But my Fist solved my problems. Genkai's Guidance and Cape of No Return all could be choice for something like a huge determined advance.
Yeah, and I think now we see the sacrifice for the cause being built. Only a 4 build this time, not as
not as aggressive.
adventurous.
Yeah. Last
Not
game we certainly built like an animal and then took I think 18 damage.
And I bet that early aggressive build is what pressured George into blowing up the board, which then let reversals, the fake reversal, I guess I should say, make its way in. We should really come up with like a name for those attacks. The Rising Uppercut and the Aerial Kikosho. Like what would be the new word for like a non-reversal reversal? Maybe we can just call them reversals, and it's like the idea of a reversal.
I don't know. I was going to say reverse Uno card, but it still got reverse in it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, City Rampage. Checks the City Rampage.
2 games in a row, City Rampage on turn 2.
Yeah.
It is what you want to see.
Yeah, if you're going to go for...
If you're a Zilla player.
A 2-tap.
Determined advance, that is what you want to see.
6, too. Not that he needs to in this specific sequence, but checks a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good omen.
So
7 mid for 10.
Of all the moves that are really hard to deal with on turn 2, Determined Advance is the most hard to see of all of them.
Yeah, 7 mid for 10. Blitz, get a momentum. It has EX3. We saw Ryan Kogod using that EX very aggressively, more so than most Zillas. Almost every player I've seen would rather spend the momentum for a bonus to the check. However, we do have the City Rampage bonus, so putting this up to 10 mid for 10 would not surprise me, but it looks like we don't need that. It looks like we're just going to take 10 from Zach's side, and we saved the momentum.
Wow.
Now we have the Blue Flame Torment, which can also give +2 more to a check by itself. We might be able to save that momentum, and if it comes up, Blue Flame Torment can hack a check on a block for a later attack.
This tells me that George has an insanely aggressive hand, right?
Yeah, well, and we haven't even used the Fearsome transformation.
We're using it just right now. Yeah.
Are we okay? Yeah. Sequencing is absolutely beautiful here. We're failing the check. We checked a 3 for the Blue Flame Torment. So George is going to get +1.
But we'll attempt the block here. This is the exact same sequence that happened in game 1. We're going to have to commit out to block it, which means that
response.
Yeah.
But the
Can
question is,
George do 22?
Question is, are those 2 cards in our hand Barrier Shield plus another block?
Oh, yeah.
Because that could be a big difference maker here.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, because it feels like gates are open, right?
I mean, Ryu is defenseless without a Barrier Shield.
Yeah.
No speed reduction. This is a printed 6 move. It's going to get 1 speed from the City Rampage. 7 low for 10. That's a pretty common stat line we're looking at here is 7 speed for 10.
So I wonder if there's a world where you
powerful.
use it for powerful. Let's see.
Looks like we are.
Yeah, powerful there.
which tells me we probably don't have another attack, right?
Or they do, and it's another walk the dog, which is guaranteed to pass anyway. And that would be lethal, right? This one is for 13. The follow-up would be for 9.
Vast hybrid. Okay.
Yeah, you just need a 9 damage move, and that will take us to game 3.
It's simple as. Simple as Christopher Bromley.
Simple as.
Godzilla is as Godzilla does.
Yeah, I mean, if you draw City Rampage
he
plus...
Genkai's it.
Oh, he Genkai's
We thought
it?
he was scooping.
I thought he was
scooping.
destroying his cards.
We're over here. We're all patting each other on the back.
Hey, yeah, wow. That's crazy. I looked away from the screen for just a moment.
Yeah, we did have someone from production come over.
Board wipe probably not happening on turn 3 this game.
No, but I mean... it's the eternal question with Genkai's, right? Absolutely the right play.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to continue playing.
But are you winning the game now, or are you just losing later?
Okay, I saw Phil Birch do something similar into George Wrangle.
Correct.
And
flashbacks. He's having
scraped the game
flashbacks.
back.
Yeah.
Scraped the game back from one foundation. In fact, did another Genkai's guidance on turn 3. So it's certainly possible. Is it less possible for Ryu? Probably than Rodan. But it's certainly possible, especially with Sacrifice for the Cause being the only foundation we have. We could just be pumping the crap out of these guys.
I'm still blown away by the fact that it looked like he was definitely scooping up all of his cards. He was scooping them into the discard pile for Genkai's.
It's very funny because you have to destroy 3 foundations, right?
Yeah. Very, very crazy stuff. Yeah. Discarding an attack for +3 damage to this besiege with Sacrifice for the Cause, really trying to pressure George into full blocking this. Okay. And he attempted it, but checks a 3 and decides
9
to fail.
From a 3 div.
I think it's still the correct call. I mean, Ryu is discarding cards to get that damage and not refilling his hand. And now we're going to get the build out. So that one discard was a little risky. However, Zach's in a really tough position. I think he really wanted to get that Ryu response on his own turn to sort of fix out his hand, get some better foundations out there.
Well, Zach is really just praying that we get another situation where George had a hot hand into a cold hand.
Correct.
But City Rampage opener likely means that we have... Oh, no, I saw the hand. It was Vast Hybrid. Oh, no, a Blue Flame. Okay, so I think we have Vast Hybrid, Chimera Kraken, and a Blue Flame right now.
Yeah, Vast Hybrid is a deceptively strong finisher.
Yeah.
And we're playing all the cards that give check bonuses first. Makes a lot of sense to me. Probably also going to get some card draw going with that Fearsome.
If Zach has the right block modifier here and full blocks it, we'll draw 3 cards and stack our check. So we're responding.
Hard Rock Witch cancels an ability that modifies damage, which the ability on Blue Flame Torment gives +1 damage.
Right.
So refusing to make the check for the first one, but Blue Flame Torment, you can play the enhanced twice. We check to 5. We commit 1 to prevent that +1 damage.
Does he have the right? Oh, it's not the right block zone. It's a partial block.
And he says, show me another one.
Yeah, do you have a second move? Oh, I don't think we have it.
I thought you said you saw a Vast Hybrid.
I thought I did.
He did not windmill slam a lethal move.
Yeah, I think we had it. We would have just sent it.
Oh,
Zach going to 6.
My goodness. The birthday boy surviving another turn. Like you said, that Genkai's guidance, keeping him alive. It's the play to make.
Wow. Okay. Well, with 4 foundations and 1 momentum, there are a few lines that Zach could draw that could kill, right? I could see
anything with the repeated 100% line that allows you to get the Ryu response off is going to feel really good.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to feel good to block any of these moves, but George with 25 health is a little more attainable than 34.
Granted, we've got the Disarming Glance.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Incredible Display.
True.
So that is very live into a decent amount of the tools that Zach will need to really pull this off. And we're just going to
Building.
Oh, no, we're not.
Rejuvenating. I assume this will... Well, we get to respond first on play.
Yeah, you get to respond before the Disarming Lance.
Oh, checks a 3 on it, though. Not what you want to see.
No, definitely not. I hate this play. I know why people do it. I do it myself, but I hate doing it because foundation into a 6 diff and I'll have to commit 3 to push it through is not something I want to do. especially since pretty much all the decks playing Rejuve Smash right now have a way to stack the top of their deck.
The only reason I don't agree with this play is because the high risk to walk into Incredible Display is just not worth it.
Which we did.
Yeah, and I mean, it is huge, and we do have EX for it. George kind of signaling that he was going to block it by flipping Disarming Glance. So I could see an EX here, right? Just to get the
I
damage
think he
around.
wants to get the damage in where he can,
Yeah.
and we'll have to use the Ryu response defensively now.
Yeah.
Because this is now a 10 mid for 11. That's a solid chunk of George's health. But without guaranteeing our next check, I don't see a world where, well, I guess I could see a world. I could see a world where you just say, yeah, I'm up a game, YOLO, play the repeated.
What? We blocked the 10 mid?
With a +1 mid.
Oh, with a +1 mid, yeah.
We checked the 5 +2 to our check.
Yeah.
Again, Ryan Kogod showed us that the +2 to block is
Yeah.
very significant. I mean, you remember release.
Yeah, I do indeed.
Triple Botons. Okay. So Zach getting a risky but potentially powerful level of hand extension and card advantage. Botons says if you have no cards in hand, you just draw a card because the discard is not a cost. It is just part of the effect. So you would discard as much as you can, right?
We have 3 digs for the right zone to be able to use Ryu.
But we pretty much have to draw the right zone every single time.
Well, so he could dig 3
Ryu,
times.
Yeah, the
and
first
then
one
Ryu
gets it, yeah. But
three
Ryu can kind of get brainstorm locked too, because you do have to put one back, and then it's like, well, I can't Botons to just draw that, right?
Well, this means we only have 2 shots now, because Vast Hybrid Canary Kraken is going to be.
And the Disarming Lance, I think, was used.
No, that was used on the previous
turn
turn because George wanted to block the Rejuvenating Spell.
Right, okay, smart, yep.
Did we get the right zone? No.
Nope, we did not draw the right zone off the top. Unfortunate. Now we get to game 3.
Yes.
Now we get that Genkai's play was actually so funny because we were both
we were just this game's over.
Yeah, we were both like, oh, that's it.
Yeah. Well, it's because he went for he had a scoop
motion.
motion.
He had a scoop motion, brother.
Yeah.
It was very funny though. Interesting stuff. I mean, an absolute barn burner game 1. A little more what you expect of game 2. However, Zach making it interesting even when losing, even when on the back foot. So I'm really excited for this game 3. We now get to see Zach go first. Maybe we'll see a real Ryu string and not just these opening besieges.
Yeah. I mean, in both games he's been having to go down to 1 or less foundations, right? Due to a board wipe or to his own Genkai's guidance to survive. So we'll see if Zach is going to be able to mount a real offense, not a kind of like stapled together one.
Oh, I think we got a little bit of a spoiler here in real life, probably. I think my predictions were wrong.
Did Travis lose his top 16 match, it looks like? Yeah, this game is prizing.
My best guess, if only because I'm seeing him walking around with some prizing.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I could be wrong, though. He could have been just cashing in some prize wall tickets.
Yeah,
we will have
you won so quick, you got to go look at some stuff.
Maybe just one really fast, and then said, let me go get that uncut sheet off the prize wall. So
I've had the pleasure of playing against Travis a couple times over my career, and it's always cool. Very smart player.
I don't think I've actually played against Travis since like set 2, where Travis was definitely playing like a cool, fun Bakugo 2 deck, and I was playing my cringe life 4 face shield deck. So he never got to resolve a combo ability. And I don't think I've had to face like full power Travis, which is
I definitely played a couple
daunting.
I played a couple Momo mirrors.
Yeah, pretty daunting.
I played a couple Momo mirrors, and I played Toga into Momo as well.
I definitely remember watching you guys play a Momo mirror, and Travis just kept checking the correct weapon card on the top of his discard pile.
No, that was Toga into
was that Toga?
I was playing Toga, yeah. When he checked literally the
it was still a life mirror, right?
It was,
maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember looking at the board saying, going, neither of these guys are really dying, but man, Travis is just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, it was a cool game. Yeah. I built that deck specifically to beat Momo because people were complaining about Momo.
Well, and I played Toga specifically to beat Momo, not just because of the volume, but that burn 1 adds up.
Yeah.
The burn on block.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
One of the worst mechanics ever, burning someone for blocking. How could you? How dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a good run those first couple of years. I had a good run. A lot of decks I made did very, very well. The Eraserhead, the Death Eraserhead deck, the Toga, Gamer Toga, right? We were calling it.
I was fortunate. I think maybe one event I didn't top that I played in.
Mm.
However, I always lost in top 16.
Yeah.
Every top
I certainly
16
never
I
won.
made, I got paired into either my literal worst nightmare matchup, or I got paired into like a 7-hander that a 7-hand size aggro character going first. You know,
I think you beat me a couple times.
in top cuts, no,
not in top cuts, but
Oh.
yeah. In Swiss, you. I don't think I've ever beaten you in Swiss. Oh, well, maybe back in the day, right? When I played Faye and Vicious, I think our very first
we
game.
tied that.
Did we tie that game?
That was the first time we ever played,
That's
and we
so
tied
funny.
that.
That's so funny.
If you remember, I had a destruction effect,
Yes.
and I had to destroy a face down in your stage
Yeah.
that was not poolside date.
Yes.
And you had like 2 face down poolside dates and another face down.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can't let you have 3 resources to block this, but I can't destroy the wrong card either.
Well, back to the game. We've got just some really, really choice foundations here. Moment of normalcy. Okay, never mind. They're gone.
No, we don't.
They're gone. Whoopsies.
We got cringe foundations that are going straight to hell. Send them to hell,
Yeah,
George.
But George playing 2 of his best cards.
George said, actually, I'll go first game 3.
Yeah.
Actually, I would
man.
like to go first.
And we drew just we had to discard a barrier shield. Keeping a Genkai's guidance into no board is crazy instead of the barrier shield.
Did we hold Genkai's?
We hold Genkai's and reviewed
I mean,
barrier
technically,
shield.
Genkai's is a more, I don't think economic is the right word, but Genkai's is a more solid defensive option, provided you can build 3.
Yeah.
Because barrier shield requires you to hold a second card,
Yeah.
whereas Genkai's guidance can potentially get your rival to overextend for 1.
So we're gonna, he's got to get these attacks and actions out of hand.
Yeah, I like the cycle mode here. Rewind, throttle, discard a card, commit a rival foundation, committing the finally free, which is actually kind of a big deal. Letting George use the finally free before he plays a card on his own turn would potentially allow him to commit it as a face down.
Yeah.
So now there's a little bit more risk.
Yeah, if he checks a 3 to play a 5 difficulty,
Right.
it can mean he won't be able to get that extra momentum on next turn.
Because we're almost certainly going to short-live promotion, right? So that one will be face down.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Wow,
These 4
we drew a
checks.
bunch of 3 diffs.
Yeah.
And checked a 4.
So now that Genkai's guidance is not online.
It's really interesting to me that we kept Hacker Extraordinary in the deck, honestly, right? It's not gonna
assets are gnarly.
There's no assets in the Godzilla deck, to my knowledge.
George has to make
There's
a pretty
military
interesting
airship.
choice here. You can commit Godzilla because the static bonus is still fine,
And
but
keep the
then
momentum.
you get the momentum, but what do you spend it on? So maybe telegraphing that, we don't have a powerful or EX move to really play it with, and walk the dog. The one upside here of only having one foundation
walk the
dog is not playable.
Yeah. I
Or
mean,
at least
we have
not
a
easily.
huge hand of foundations though for George. So if you can check well, right? Not. Oh, you can see we've got that finally free. Just waffling on whether or not to play it on a 4 or to play some other moves. It is a 1 mid block, right? Into a deck that has a lot of mid.
We saw it come up, yeah.
Okay.
Check the 6 anyways.
Disarming glance.
Disarming glance is a big deal. Dumbfounded.
Dumbfounded.
Oh my goodness.
Huge build.
They said this deck had no sauce.
We found the only 2 bits of Marinara in the deck.
Yeah.
2 droplets. Okay. Zach, still relatively healthy, right? This means 3 moves is probably what it's going to take to kill him. 3 full hit moves. So we have
maybe 2 with momentum.
Yeah, maybe with 2.
Yeah,
right. A walk the dog does have powerful on it.
Man, imagine building 1 and your rival just freezes it anyways.
Yeah. Oh man,
that was a great turn 1 build. That was a great hand for turn 1, which was like just surprisingly 3 turns ago.
Well, but the double bow tens again is really, really crucial, right? You want to get the right block zone for the opponent. And there's another foundation that I'm not familiar with. Is this Masho? No, it's not. This is Calling from Shadow. What does this do? After your rival plays a non-character ability that adds any number of cards to their momentum, cancel it. That's interesting.
Anti-tension, anti-finally awake.
Yeah, these 1 difficulty foundations from Guilty Gear Strive do just a smorgasbord of like random
They do the Lord's work is what they're doing.
They sure do. I mean,
Scales of Juno and Calling from the Shadow are doing the Lord's work.
They're situationally good with serviceable block modifiers, which I think is what a 1 difficulty should be doing.
And now we see City Rampage into the Vast Hybrid Chimera Crack, and this is one of the strongest starts you can have to a turn as any Chaos deck, much less Godzilla. So getting the Calling from the Shadow committed and frozen so we can activate Finally Awake, so we can get another momentum, and now we can get some really nice cash outs. 3 momentum going to spend for +2 more to our check, guaranteeing even if we play a 5 diff and check a 3, we won't have to commit anything at all.
Zach with only 1 card in hand looks like it's just going to take this one to the face. Or no, maybe George is figuring out what it. No, okay, yeah, we took it, went to 13. Smashing your stomp.
I think that should have been for 10, and I think he took 9. I think we missed 1 damage on our Rampage.
Oh.
I could be mistaken, but that's my...
I think you're right.
We were at 22, right? Not 23.
We had taken 9 the previous turn, went to 23. So 10
okay,
takes
never
us to
mind.
13.
All right,
yeah.
we're good then.
Yeah, because the previous turn's Vast Hybrid was not buffed by City Rampage. So I think they got it right.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, wow. EX being used here. Really valuing hitting Zach. Saying, hey, I'm going to put you to lethal range of any attack.
I think the biggest issue for Zach going down to 1 card here is he could not even bluff Barrier Shield.
Yeah.
And now we play the attack where Barrier Shield.
Well, you could Barrier Shield and then use both hands.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But
the next level play.
Looks like.
But now we've got the Genkais. And he said, show me another one.
Second determined checks a 6.
Checks a 6. Doesn't even need to commit the Zilla.
Okay. It's not over, right? It's going to get a momentum. We're going to have EX 6, but if we
you both
hands draw
barrier shield it down to 6,
get the right block mod.
yeah. There's the handshake. George with a lot more difficulty than we might have thought, with a much better showing from Zach than the board state might have led you to believe. And let's just talk about that game 1. Zach Richards absolutely stunning plays, absolutely finding the slimmest margins of victory, and being able to steal that game 1 must have felt amazing. But the reversal of fortune for George Rangel as your winner.
The story of that game is just Zach, when the board was wiped, not drawing foundations to be able to.
And then when he finally did and built 5 out, it was way too late in the game.
Too late. Yeah. But that was all 3 games, right? Right. All 3 games he drew a follow-up. That was just not quite it. And
if there was no board wipe, Zach had some of the best hands possible.
Yes.
But into the resource denial, into the foundation destruction, they became poisonous to him.
Yeah. And it's the nature of playing 6-handers, right? Is sometimes you draw a crazy aggressive hand, but it means that you don't have the back end to be able to build out afterwards. Or if you do build, you held your 3 attacks, and now the next turn, even if you're reviewing, you could draw 4 more, and it happens like that sometimes. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool.
It was an exciting match.
It was very exciting.
Great way to kick off the start of our day. And man, it's going to be tough to match that energy. I'm really excited for the rest of these games, but I don't know if we're going to get one that was that exciting for the rest of the day.
That game 1 was a crazy way to start a world championship.
Absolutely.
That was one of my favorite games this weekend.
Yeah. But I think that's going to do it for us for right now. We're going to take a small little break.
I want to open a pack.
Oh, you want to open a pack?
They told me I can't open packs anymore. I'm going to open it anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to open the pack. Okay, hey, this is for the guys at home, okay? For you guys, okay? Because I know you can't open a pack right now, so you can watch me open a pack, okay? So I got Inspiring Song. Just kidding. No, this is Collateral Destruction. Tail Trip. I like Tail Trip. Little Throw. Okay. Savage Combatants. I've got Gliding Approach. Oh, Batra. I love Batra. Defensive Preparations. Wrecking. Okay, I'm just going to get out of here. Get me to the good ones. Cyber. I saw somebody trying. Anguirus. Oh, my God. It's history's greatest monster. 3 history. 4 history's great. 5 history's greatest. I wish you were laughing, Sam. I really wish you were. Anyway, we'll see you around 2. I did get a rare. I got this cool soaring in the skies card. I'll see you guys soon. Here you go, buddy.
My name's Carson Panos. I am playing Godzilla today, King of the Monsters. I've been playing UniVersus since My Hero came out, because My Hero Academia is my favorite IP, so it got me into the game and I've been playing since then. Honestly, my favorite part about UniVersus is the community. Like sometimes I don't even care about like doing well at the event, I just love coming to hang out and just chill with the boys, all of that. It feels really good to be this close to Worlds right now. I want to have my own character card and I'm excited for it. I believe I can do it. I didn't prepare that well, honestly. But my teammates have helped me be really good at the game because I just watch them play all day. They help me practice and they tell me what to do. So my teammates are the real MVPs. I would say just make sure you're really enjoying yourself and having fun playing it. If you want to play this game, you obviously love it a lot. And it's just so different from all the other card games. So I think just enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it and you'll do well.
My name's Ezra Miller. I'm playing Crystal Lens. And shout out to Level Up. I've been playing UniVersus for a few years now. I want to say it was since like My Hero Set 2. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it sounds right. My first regional was the I did terribly at this regional, by the way. It was a lot of fun, but it was the last regional that was held at Gen Con. My favorite part about UniVersus, a lot of things I love about this game, but probably just the diversity in the game. Today, when I was playing my matches, I did not have a single match against a repeat character, which is honestly crazy. Let's go. Feels absolutely unbelievable. Started playing the game, never thought I'd be here, but a lot of support from everyone who, in Level Up that we've been playing with, and just powering through. It's been a lot of fun. For this tournament, pretty much how I prepare for most tournaments, which is it's kind of the game is like sometimes it's a bit hard to find a lot of different matches to play. So one of the things I do when preparing for this tournament and any other tournament is I consume a lot of social media, a lot of people streaming on Twitch or YouTube, Damn Stream obviously, a lot of fun. Watch people play games, how different characters play, and kind of doing some theory crafting against what I'm playing, against what I think other people could be playing. And then also just working with the other people from Level Up, we'll take turns doing other decks that we think will be good and matching them up against each other, trying to refine our own decks and all that stuff. Words of wisdom, oh, that's hard. I'm not a terribly wise person. Have fun, I guess. There's plenty of times where I've gone like just, 0-2, 0-3 in tournament, washed out, happens. I still try to, have fun, form positive relationships with people, the community's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to just chat with people and get to know different people.
Okay, my name's Andrew Perrott. I played Izuku Midoriya on the move, Deku 6, and my team's Let's Talk UVS. Since set 3 of My Hero, competing, going to events, battling it out with your friends. I feel like I need to get lucky tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm a gambling person, so we'll see. Playing a lot of games over and over again until they made sense. Just keep playing. Just keep losing until you win.
Yeah, my name is Ryan Kogod. I'm playing Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and I represent Let's Talk UVS. I've been playing since the beginning of set 3. Is when I first started getting into the game. My brother actually got me into the game back then, and I've been stuck to it ever since. My favorite part, over the last couple of years, really been the team, just the atmosphere. I love just hanging out with the guys and stuff like that. And also, I'm a super competitive person. So just being able to sit down and play card games and compete is one of my favorite things. Unbelievable. I told myself that I didn't think I was going to get here. Everyone's like, you got it. And I was like, I don't know. But I got here, and I'm thankful for it. So, team testing, Let's Talk UBS, really extensive stuff, playing every single week, almost every single day. Spreadsheets, I'm a big math guy, so we had a big spreadsheet, like all the data and stuff like that. And Zilla came up king, so here I am. Have fun, as classic as it sounds, and then also play to your strengths, really identify what you're good at and what you're bad at. I think I'm a control player. Obviously, I'm not, so here we are.
Jacob Johnson playing Jacob Johnson. Hey? No. And then the Trading Post, they've been helping me out with trips and stuff. It's really awesome. I play with the MGLA all the time too. So both of them. I have been playing since 2015, so that is 11 to 12 years, 11 years. A long time. My favorite thing about UniVersus is honestly the community. Like, coming here today, I had just great matches. No one got like super mad or anything when something bad would happen. It was just awesome to like witness that and everyone having a good time still, even though it is for like a really serious thing. It's a lot different than other card games, so I love that. Honestly, it is exciting, very exciting. I'm super excited to play for it, but I am just excited I got the bag. There's like a messenger bag you get from making top 16. All I was shooting for, so I'm pumped. I actually did a lot of practice. So I built my deck originally when equipment heists existed. It got banned, I had to change everything. I built like 16 different lists for myself and practiced them all. Probably played like 100 games before. Finally got to a list that's like, okay, I'm good against most matches. And I just accepted I'm losing to 2 of them, and I only played them twice and I have 2 losses, so that works. Most important thing I think in this game is to just like find someone that you can play the game with. The more you play, the more you'll learn the cards, the more you'll get used to your interactions in the deck you're playing. And I suggest sticking with the same deck for most of the time that you're playing, but play against other decks. Don't play against the same deck over and over and over again, because then you'll fall in a routine of how to play the game. You'll try and do that against other people and you'll lose. So I would say expand your horizon on what you're playing is the most important thing, I think.
I'm Caden Gilvin. I'm playing Zeke Warchief, and I just want to shout out my sponsors, GameQuest, my home shop, M&R Liquor sponsored me, and then I want to say in memory of Samantha Davina, Giggles. This is my first year. My favorite part is the deck building is so important. I think that is like the greatest thing that could happen to somebody that plays cards, as long as I play all different games, and there's no other game that'll give me a card with me. I played the decks that I had the most reps on, and I played the meta that I thought would be here. I didn't exactly see it, but don't take the top players' words for it. Play it out, build your own deck, take your own take on everything.
My name is George Rangel. I'm part of Let's Talk UVS, and I'm playing Godzilla, the King of the Monsters. He's the king. I've been playing UniVersus since the end of set 1, so around Crimson Rampage, so I think 2022, 21, I remember. My favorite part about UniVersus is drawing many, many cards. Not only in effects, but when you're drawing to your hand size to start your turn. I hate draw 1 games. I don't like it. 4 matches away feels very good for me. I've already gone through day 1, 6 games or 6 matches, and now day 2, another 6. So I feel pretty confident. I didn't. That's the problem, and I don't know how I'm here. I did not prepare at all. I wish I did more, but I didn't. This game is great. You need to try it. It's the best card game I've ever played.
Yeah, I'm Calvin Harrigal. I'm playing Pumat Soul on Air, and I am with Team Trading Post. Since League of Villains, so set 4 MHA. I really love the back and forth, and that most games, both decks get to try and do the cool thing they want to do. I think that's really neat. It doesn't feel real. My losses today were just some critical mistakes and just being slightly off balance. Happens to everyone, I was ranked 1 this year, and 2 big misplays today, so totally can happen, but man, it does not feel real to still have made it through and be 4 wins away. It is crazy. A whole lot of practicing on emulators online because there's not an active locals for me, so don't give up mentally. I was close to it today, and I pulled through. I think the mental fortitude is one of the biggest things going to the last rounds of a tournament, making sure that you're still okay, that you got your water and food, that you're ready to go, and that you can handle it, because you can,
Yeah, my name is Justin Birch. My character is Mark Tyner, and my team would kill me if I didn't plug Final Round. So I started with the demos at Gen Con in 2019. COVID happened, of course, and then I got competitive around 2021 when MHA1 came out. My favorite part about UniVersus is the draw to hand size nature of the game. Means that you get to really see your pieces every single game. You don't really have the same sort of issues of mana screwed as long as you get past turn 1 of an awful build without necessarily getting the insane levels of combo consistency that a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Might have. I have tried not to think about that fact. The answer is I am just gonna take it 1 game at a time and try not to think too much about the fact that I might win. I was kind of ready to say I wasn't gonna get in at a 203 record. So I was ready to be out. So at this point, it's bonus games to me. Is I didn't the right answer? I mean, I did. So a little more than 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, I was doing a lot of playtesting with Tyner and really got comfortable with the forecheck variant. And then my job got in the way. So for the last 2 weeks, I have not been playtesting, but I did a lot prior to that. My word of wisdom about the game is find people to play with and talk to players. We are a small game. One of the best things about being a small game is you can go to main chord, you can go to a lot of the other chords as well, and you can at Kevin Broberg, you can talk to Tim Keefe. These people the top level players of our game talk to everyone in the community. So learn to talk to the best players. I got where I am because I got advice and learned from the best players of how to be better.
So my name is TC D'Artagnan, and I'm playing Midoriya on the Move at Worlds. Yeah. I'm from Team Let's Talk UVS, and just representing. We're representing. I've been playing UniVersus for 4 years now. I started at 2022, so 4 years, yeah, 4 years. Definitely the mechanics, I would say. So for me, I love playing competitive games that have really good balance mechanisms, and I feel like the UniVersus has one of the best balance mechanisms for card games I've ever played. So definitely that. It'd be hilarious to immortalize myself, but it feels a little bit shocking actually. It's funny, I've always thought about getting myself here, and now that I'm here, it almost feels like I got lucky. It's so weird. So it feels good, but also just tough, right? You're stressed and you really want to win, but you got to get through all the different roadblocks that are going to be there in Top Cut. I know what I have to deal with, and got to dodge the things I can't beat. Yeah, that was tough. I did as much testing as I could with my team online. Through Tabletop Simulator was the most testing that I did. But that wasn't a lot. I got 8 games before, with the deck that I was playing, before I actually entered the deck here. And when I entered the deck here, I was doing last minute changes all the way to literally the last 5 minutes before I had to submit. It was insane. So that's just what I typically do though, because I leave everything to the last minute, but whatever I decided at the end, stuck. Yeah, definitely count your math before you start your turn. Otherwise you are going to accidentally just lose because you are like 2 damage off from killing your opponent. That's probably the most wise thing. You gotta plan your turn before you play it.
Gavin Kale. The character is Bridget, and I'm from Team Lechuga. I've been playing since the start of Crimson Rampage, so around 2022. I think it, this is gonna sound really vague, I think it rewards playtime and practice and testing more than a lot of games. You don't just draw hands and see what the outcome is. You really have to learn how to play the game a lot more than other games that I've played. Unreal. When I got up for my last match, I just kind of walked away emotionless. I was like, we did it. That's it, yeah. Not very much. Normally I like to get a little more testing than I did for this event. I was planning on playing Hanji 2 about Wednesday, I think, and then made the switch Thursday to Bridget, who I've never played in a tournament before, but I know the lines of like Rampage and stuff like that. You know, just taking the knowledge that I've accrued from the past and being like, well, what could go great in this format? And Rampage is a good card, so playtest. That's the thing you need to do to succeed. You need to know how to play the game. I may have not prepped for this event too much, but I've played countless hours of the game in the past, so you know, getting those reps in and getting more familiar with, you know, even if I could block this attack, should I, and just save the card for later, stuff like, you know, small things like that. Yeah, just make sure you understand everything about playing your deck and then playing archetypes of other decks like aggro, control, mid-range, stuff like that.
I'm Travis Tangeman. I'm playing Mark Tyner today, and currently I am freelance. I want to say like 8 years now. I played a lot back when like KOF, like the original set and that kind of stuff came out. Street Fighter, that was my jam. And then I've been playing ever since. That's such a loaded question. I think that I like UniVersus the most because it allows me to connect with people on a deeper level than I normally would, and just seeing all the faces, meeting new friends, all that kind of stuff. And it really rewards the way that my brain functions when I'm playing it. So it feels exhilarating. I am like on cloud 9 right now. Every time this happens, because I've been here several times, it is the same feeling, like just exhilaration, and I'm so ready for it to either be over or whatever happens, you know? Honestly, I didn't do that much testing. I was out playing other card games, and so a friend of mine, Mark Tyner, was like, hey, help me out with this deck. And in helping him out with his version of the deck, I ended up building my own version and tested it and a little bit and refined it, and now here I am. I mean, it's the same thing I always say during all of my interviews. If you work hard and you talk with people and you're open to listening, you will go far in this game. You put in the work, you put in the reps, you put in the hours, you grind, you will do big things, and you will get to the point where I am right now.
Chris Miner, playing Naga Ryuki, and Team Final Round. I started playing, I guess, in Sabretooth era, but I was very, very bad at the game because I tried to play all 3 symbols at once, so I basically gave up on the game, and then Jacob was demoing Soul Calibur, and so I got back into it because I really enjoyed it, and then when they announced Yu Yu Hakusho, I was like, I'm all in, because that's my favorite anime. Playing retro. I've always wanted to win cardboard, but I guess I've never been good at the game. I guess today and yesterday, because I also got through day 1. I guess everything's been going great for me, so hopefully it does the same thing tomorrow. So me, Zach, and Josh have been playtesting Nago a lot, and we've been making a lot of changes to it to try and make it, I guess, the best version it is. And then, yeah, we've been doing a lot of playtesting, so. Game's great. I really hope that they put the next part of Yu Yu Hakusho Chapter Black in, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I won the Louisville Regional with Zeke Warchief. In a card? Unyielding Destruction? You just kind of keep going, and at a certain point you're like, wow, I'm actually this far along. Like, for me, it was just like one at a time, you know? There's a good deal of external pressure for me, but internally I'm just kind of like, I picked a deck I'm gonna enjoy. I brought other decks to have fun, and you know, if I do well, awesome. Like, obviously I've been preparing a lot, but we'll see, you know, anything could happen. Don't treat bad ideas necessarily as bad. Test it for yourself, give it a chance, but like, evaluate critically. If your cool idea isn't working, it's okay to try something else, and eventually it will. So it's okay to be creative, but have limits with it. You know, understand when it's not working out.
I am Ryan Field. I'm playing Mikasa Hizuru's Hope, and I am on Team Roster CCG. I have been playing roughly since about 2012 with Red Horizon 1 as my first set. Favorite part about UniVersus is just the diversity that you can have with how the decks can change, and just when you make control checks, it is much different than any other game where it's like, hey, I have to make decisions after something difficult can happen or something easy has happened. I've been immortalized once. I do have a little bit of a cardboard with myself on it. It will be great to get my own solitary champ card though. I will be very happy to get that, but the next 4 rounds is probably going to be brutal. Like, it is going to be the best of the best in top 16 here. So I'm looking forward to it, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Loosely, we have been playing the past few weeks. We've been testing a few decks, and that's basically where we've been at. And like, I basically settled on this about a week or two ago, where I'm just like, I don't think I'm going to build anything else. The deck's very straightforward. It's just, hey, do I draw attacks and do I not check attacks? I was keeping it simple. This game is very hard. Repetition is key. Like, you have to actually kind of grind to a base level to understand when you can just take attacks, when you can't take attacks. And that's a very hard skill to learn, and it can feel incredibly difficult until you kind of have it click, where, hey, you know what? This isn't actually gonna hurt me that bad. I should take this, and kind of like start learning from that experience.
My name is Zach Richards. I've been playing Ryu, the World Warrior, and I'm on Team Final Round, member number 3. Like 2018, 2019, a little bit before Libra of Souls, which came out 2019, so like somewhere around there. The Red Vines. Nah, the hanging out with everybody is good. This has been a like pretty up and down weekend for me. Just the day. But everybody's super supportive, super cool. Hanging out with everybody is fantastic. It is overwhelming. I'm in 16th place, and everybody was coming up to me saying congratulations, and I just said, please stop talking to me until they say the words out loud. We do a lot of testing as a group. We have Friday night streams where we do public testing, do a lot of paper testing with the locals to Final Round. A lot of theory crafting, a lot of Discord conversations, and truly just like looking at what deck plays the best fundamentals and going from there. Drink a lot of water, and don't forget your water bottle. I've spent $12 on extra bottles of water today because I just kept leaving them laying around when my round was over.
My name's Carson Panos. I am playing Godzilla today, King of the Monsters. I've been playing UniVersus since My Hero came out, because My Hero Academia is my favorite IP, so it got me into the game, and I've been playing since then. Honestly, my favorite part about UniVersus is the community. Like sometimes I don't even care about like doing well at the event. I just love coming to hang out and just chill with the boys, all of that. It feels really good to be this close to Worlds right now. I want to have my own character card, and I'm excited for it. I believe I can do it. I didn't prepare that well, honestly. But my teammates have helped me be really good at the game because I just watch them play all day. They help me practice and they tell me what to do. So my teammates are the real MVPs. I would say just make sure you're really enjoying yourself and having fun playing it. If you want to play this game, you obviously love it a lot, and it's just so different from all the other card games. So I think just enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it, and you'll do well.
My name's Ezra Miller. I'm playing Krista Lenz. And shout out to Level Up. I've been playing UniVersus for a few years now. I want to say it was since like My Hero Set 2. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it sounds right. My first regional was the I did terribly at this regional, by the way. It was a lot of fun, but it was the last regional that was held at Gen Con. My favorite part about UniVersus, a lot of things I love about this game, but probably just the diversity in the game. Today, when I was playing my matches, I did not have a single match against a repeat character, which is honestly crazy. Let's go. Feels absolutely unbelievable. Started playing the game, never thought I'd be here, but a lot of support from everyone who, in Level Up that we've been playing with, and, just powering through. It's been a lot of fun. For this tournament, pretty much how I prepare for most tournaments, which is, it's kind of, the game is like, sometimes it's a bit hard to find, a lot of different matches to play, so one of the things I do when preparing for this tournament and any other tournament is I consume a lot of social media, a lot of people streaming on Twitch or YouTube, Damn Stream, obviously, a lot of fun. Watch people play games, how different characters play, and kind of doing some theory crafting against what I'm playing, against what other people I think other people could be playing, and then also just working with the other people from Level Up. We'll take turns doing other decks that we think will be good, and matching them up against each other, trying to refine our own decks and all that stuff. Words of wisdom. Oh, that's hard. I'm not a terribly wise person. Have fun, I guess. There's plenty of times where I've gone like just 0-2, 0-3 in tournament, washed out. Happens. I still try to have fun. Form positive relationships with people. It's the community's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just to chat with people and get to know different people.
Okay, my name's Andrew Perrott. I played Izuku Midoriya on the move, Deku 6, and my team's Let's Talk UVS. Since set 3 of My Hero, competing, going to events, battling it out with your friends. I feel like I need to get lucky tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm a gambling person, so we'll see. Playing a lot of games over and over again until they made sense. Just keep playing. Just keep losing until you win.
Yeah, my name is Ryan Kogod. I'm playing Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and I represent Let's Talk UVS. I've been playing since the beginning of set 3. It's when I first started getting into the game. My brother actually got me into the game back then, and I've been stuck to it ever since. My favorite part, over the last couple of years, has really been the team, just the atmosphere. I love just hanging out with the guys and stuff like that. And also, I'm a super competitive person. So just being able to sit down and play card games and compete is one of my favorite things. Unbelievable. I told myself that I didn't think I was going to get here. Everyone's like, you got it. And I was like, I don't know. But I got here, and I'm thankful for it. So, team testing, that's like UBS, really extensive stuff, playing every single week, almost every single day. Spreadsheets, I'm a big math guy, so we had a big spreadsheet, like of all the data and stuff like that. And Zilla came up king, so here I am. Have fun, as classic as it sounds, and then also play to your strengths, you know? Really identify what you're good at and what you're bad at. I think I'm a control player. Obviously I'm not, so here we are.
Jacob Johnson playing Jacob Johnson. Hey? No. And then the trading post, they've been helping me out with trips and stuff. It's really awesome. I play with the MGLA all the time too. So both of them. I have been playing since 2015, so that is 11 to 12 years. 11 years. A long time. My favorite thing about UniVersus is honestly the community. Like, coming here today, I had just great matches. No one got like super mad or anything when something bad would happen. It was just awesome to like witness that and everyone having a good time still, even though it is for like a really serious thing. It's a lot different than other card games, so I love that. Honestly, it is exciting, very exciting. I'm super excited to play for it, but I am just excited I got the bag. There's like a messenger bag you get from making top 16. All I was shooting for, so I'm pumped. I actually did a lot of practice. So I built my deck originally when Equipment Heist existed. It got banned, I had to change everything. I built like 16 different lists for myself and practiced them all. Probably played like 100 games before. Finally got to a list that's like, okay, I'm good against most matches. And I just accepted I'm losing to 2 of them, and I only played them twice and I have 2 losses, so that works. Most important thing I think in this game is to just like find someone that you can play the game with. The more you play, the more you'll learn the cards, the more you'll get used to the interactions in the deck you're playing. And I suggest sticking with the same deck for most of the time that you're playing, but play against other decks. Don't play against the same deck over and over and over again, because then you'll fall in a routine of how to play the game. You'll try and do that against other people and you'll lose. So I would say expand your horizon on what you're playing is the most important thing, I think.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Bear Bryant, joined with Sam Tate for the first time this last and third final day of the World Championship here in Dallas, Texas. Sam, top 16 was already explosive.
Insane.
Actually
Truly
crazy.
insane.
For the first and the 16th seed, for how crazy of a match we got, I don't think we could have actually picked a better one based off of what I was kind of walking around and seeing. Not to say that there wasn't any good UniVersus being played. There's an immaculate UniVersus being played. Even, Jacob Johnson versus TC, of course. But the biggest thing is we have a bracket that is completely updated and ready to go for you all. This is your current players progressing onto top 8. And I've got to say, Sam, I'm a little worried because everything is coming up Godzilla, it looks like.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I was completely wrong. Me and Bromley talked about it in round 1. I asked him, who do you got? Who are you picking to win the whole thing? And I chose Travis Tangeman. I felt like it was his time. I felt like it was kind of due, runner-up against Kevin Broberg previously and a national champion. And so I was a believer, but eliminated, unfortunately, in top 16.
And it was a 2-0 where Ryan went second both games. Like, it was pretty decidedly. And Ryan is just having an incredible weekend.
The day oneers are showing up.
Absolutely. And
it's almost like getting the day one bye is a little bit of a curse because we've got George Rangel is here. We've got Justin Birch is here. We've got Carson Panos, I believe, was a day oneer.
Ryan Field
was one.
Chris Miner, yeah.
And Ryan Kogod. So I believe the only day twoer left is or Aiden L was a day oneer, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the only day tour left is TC.
Which is nuts.
Which is crazy. And he's on Midoriya, which was one of the least represented characters from day one.
Yes.
Because everyone believed it was such a bad pick for day one.
And I think the last thing I want to say too, as well, with all the Godzilla craze, there's a non-zero chance here we have a Godzilla mirror in finals because George, your
You
Swiss
just
champ,
sent ripples through the Twitch chat. Everyone's losing their minds now.
But George is absolutely killing it. He got Swiss champ yesterday.
Yep.
He's going to be able to go first. Even
undefeated
still,
on the weekend.
Yes, and then again, even barely, winning that last match that we did get to witness. But we're gonna let Aiden and George play it out on their side. We're gonna talk about the top 8 prizes that these players are playing for right now because they've already basically secured these prizes right now. But the biggest thing that they want is to continue to progress and eventually make it to that championship spot. So this is exactly what they're going to go. So congratulations to everybody currently playing. You're going to be going home with these chromes and Chem Etch and Matt as well.
But if you're not in the main event, we have something very, very fun and exciting for you, which is the Godzilla Super pre-release going on here at the World Championship. But if you want to get in on the fun, March 6th, type !Kaiju pre-release in the chat. You're going to be able to locate a store where you can go play at your pre-release. You can get your hands on these Reign of Kaiju cards. And then, of course, the full set release is March 13th.
Absolutely. And, of course, we have more chromes that we want to show off for everybody at home. They've already been starting to get pulled here. But there is your Godzilla Shin Godzilla chrome, and then of course also the Mecha Godzilla, and they just
Look at the Shin Godzilla. My goodness, this is my first time seeing it. It looks fantastic.
This is the first time most people are seeing this, and as somebody who even again got to play test with these cards, I've never seen these.
When I was with J-Ray, he said it was his first time seeing it. I'm like, you guys don't get special privileges. Hitch doesn't let you behind the curtain at all.
No, not really, but it's exciting because we get to feel this excitement and see people pull them and see how incredible they look because, like you said, Hitch does an incredible job with those treatments. So if you want to get your hands on one of these chromes, you can only do so if you do pick up some of that Godzilla Reign of Kaiju, either here at Worlds or across the next 2 weekends, of course.
Not to get his head a little too big, but there's definitely a pre-Hitch era and a post-Hitch era for UniVersus art. And we have been absolutely just spoiled over the last year with the special treatments.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we have our matchup coming up here for our top 8, and I think we couldn't have picked a better one because, yes, of course, we talked about the day 1 buff. We have 2 day 1 players going against each other, and yes, that's right. If you pay attention, yes, Chris Miner and Ryan Kogan already have gone against each other. Not only have they gone against each other, they went against each other in day 1 and in day 2.
Right.
And they are currently 1-1 against each other with Nagaryuki versus Godzilla, which means this isn't just playing to get to your top 4. Only 2 more matches to go after this one, but they're playing for their pride as well on finally deciding in a best of 3 of matches who will be the better UniVersus player this weekend.
So at the very least, a little bit of bragging rights on the line. But obviously, these players are focused on that main goal, that championship card at the end of the day. So let's take a look at Chris's deck list. The only Nagoriyuki throughout day 2 and day 3, I believe the only one in day 1 as well, had that 100% conversion rate on the breakdown. And we saw this deck have some really exciting, aggressive plays, some really interesting, I would say, low input, high damage plays with things like Thunder Spear Barrage, with the military airship. So like 1 momentum, 2 momentum, and 2 attacks can become 5 attacks. And when all those attacks are wearing +4 damage, well, Barrett, that's 1 more than Godzilla gives.
Exactly. And, especially the selective board committal, of course, you have to lose your 10 health, what to do so. But I can't stop talking about Bloodsucking Universe. I think this card is so good and so powerful. And not only are we giving 1 more damage than Godzilla, but, man, getting a Roman Cancel token and an extra momentum right away because your throw is more than likely connecting, being able to knock one of Godzilla's moves down to 3 at a response speed is very powerful.
Yep, and what better partner for Bloodsucking Universe than Inventor's Creation? Inventor's Creation, the ability to remove these attacks from the discard pile, gain all the keywords and their ratings, and The order symbol is flooded with keywords. Tension's a keyword. Throw's a keyword. Echo's a keyword. We even have stun, powerful 3, and if we block with it, we have breaker from the Big Fist Bash. So every attack in this deck is a wonderful target for that inventor's creation, and that is really the cherry on top to this aggro fiesta.
But like we said, other cherries on top, Godzilla. Ryan Godzilla himself taking down Travis Tangeman last round in a decided 2-0 victory. And as you can see, he's lost a couple of games or matches across the weekend. But like we said, always solidifying, locking in that 14th seed into today. Going to be going second here because of a lower seed against Chris. But as we already know, losing to Chris yesterday, but winning against Chris in day one, I'm pretty sure. So, again, we couldn't have asked for a better match here. And we already know that he has had success here against other very known well players. Kevin Broberg took him down. Barlow Guess took him down. Mitchell Chimino, maybe lost there, but, Mitchell Chimino's not here in top 16. So,
yeah,
moving on.
May have lost the battle, but won the war.
Exactly. But, of course, it's just this list that is so clear-cut. 4 copies of all the good ones. Determined Advance wins games. Love the Blue Flame Torment still seeing play in this deck with that disruption, and Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken. If it ends up winning Worlds, I think I will be the winner in my Decklist select or cards
I don't
to
know.
watch.
There's 4 pass-through walls here too.
That's true. But we've got a match underway. We don't want to keep our viewers and the players waiting any longer. Sam, I want to ask, who do you think's got it this time? Because right now it's 50-50.
Who's going first?
Chris Miner.
Chris Miner's going first. It's such a coin toss. I think I got to give it to him. So if I'm going to pick, man, which it's not, I'm not super confident, but I guess I'm going to pick Chris just because he's going first.
That makes sense. And you know what? I'm totally down for Nago to have a very successful Worlds run. I'm not really worried about, Godzilla having a good performance. I feel like Godzilla's already having a good performance across the weekend, but Nago Ryuki making anything further than here, I think is a very, very nice character to highlight. As you know, I feel like a lot of people have not been putting as much work into this one, as well as, 4 damage is better than 3, and that's exactly what Godzilla does, even though we might be losing a couple of life.
Yeah. We are going to get started here. We see the Nagoriyuki committed. Like we say, he's going to be going first. So you want to see that 5 build early. You want to see lots of attacks turn 2 because 34 health is a big set to chunk through.
It's even more iconic here. Order versus chaos. Actually, the dichotomy of symbols against each other as well. But getting these final shuffling up, there's the cuts. Still have some mulligans to go through. Man, I'm just really excited to see what these players can do. Of course, we didn't spend too long on the bracket either, but, aside from the triple Godzilla, other character diversity looking very, very nice, at least as we move a little bit further. We have one more Mark Tyner still progressing. Justin playing that one. He's against Midoriya that we talked about. TC, currently they're going against each other. Ryan Field, like we said, other day oneer, doing well, is in there.
Yeah, so it looks like we got a solid build from Nagoriyuki here.
Build 5.
There should be a video call that you're in. I don't know if they have the feed up or not. Yeah, okay.
Build 5 versus build 5. 6. We are working on trying to get a better feed for us as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, build 5 for both players. Aggro decks firing on all cylinders here.
Second build, though.
Yeah, but that second build, like I was talking about, you want to get ahead of the game. You want to get on top of Godzilla quickly. And looks like we've got Nagoriyuki getting committed here. Potentially passing the check on a high difficulty foundation like Imprisoned, which we see coming out at the start of Ryan's turn, committing down valuable resources. One of the best control pieces that really I don't think we've seen very much at all before this event. And now we see decks that aren't even cheating it into play, not even necessarily having 4 check attacks, right, as the excuse that we've seen in the past to play Imprisoned and to play 4 difficulty foundations. And now we're seeing it played just in regular 6 hand size aggro decks.
There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Well, we're better on our side as now we can see what's going on a little bit better. Yes, exactly. So, other things as well. We have a lot more defensive and momentum generation now, also on the strategic meeting for Chris Miner. And I'm actually a big fan of the King of Illyria Foundation.
Whoa. Is this a turn 2 once per game?
It is the immediate once per game coming through here. Enough foundations were on the board, but a Fierce Wings also coming in as a response to it.
Huge. I love this card so much. I love this response. It's building a 4-div. After your rival destroys one of your foundations, you can remove Fierce Wings from the game, build a non-unique foundation from your discard pile. What better choice than the gigantic 4 difficulty foundation? But because we had that short-lived promotion last turn, or at the beginning of the turn, Godzilla got to build 3 instead of only 2. So that's what you want to see with that Godzilla once per game. That's why short-lived promotion is a 4 copies in the deck. But we saw Ryu fight through the board wipe and do a lot of damage off no foundations. And Nagoriyuki can do the same thing here with another 3 difficulty move.
And you feel even better because you already have the foundation. Again, not that you were
Absolutely.
failing this one anyway, right? But gets ourselves a Roman cancel token. 5 base speed here with the weapon at the not weapon at the ready, but at the ready.
At the ready, yeah.
So it
is a weapon, and it is at the ready.
It is, but the +4 damage, of course, from the Nago coming in here, and it just very easily connects, gets us that bonus momentum. So now any amount of foundations that Chris builds here, he's going to have that extra momentum for a key defensive ability on the Roman cancel token that we have access to. Because Ryan not only used that short-lived promotion to have a 3rd foundation, like you said, but we have a 2nd short-lived promotion so that we're now going to be a 7-hander on a turn that Ryan is probably looking for a very aggressive turn. Builds 3 more afterwards. Imprisoned, probably even going to try to tap it down just so that we can't. And we've seen this before.
Imprisoned is before or after the ready step, correct?
Yes.
And short-lived promotion is before the draw step.
Correct.
So Imprisoned did have a short-lived promotion as a target, but it looks like we chose to commit down. Oh, I can't remember the name of this card.
Horrifying Realization. Right?
Oh, it's Horrifying Realization. Okay, that's the altar. Then I had it wrong anyways, because I believe Ryan's playing a 1 of Fight for Truth.
He is.
Yeah, which is one of the saucier Godzilla inclusions. If George's list is the sauceless version, this version with Ryan Kogod does include Moment of Normalcy, which is very much considered a 1 of staple in nearly every deck. And it's got a 1 of Fight for Truth, which gives you a very spicy deadlock threat. But we have a early game threat here with Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken coming down for Godzilla, checking a 3, so we're going to have to commit our last 2 foundations. However, we get to commit and freeze that Fukio, which is going to delay a little bit of the counter generation and prevent Nagoriyuki from having a super fast pumped up attack, because we did have 2 Fukio in stage.
We actually picked the what do you fight for?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. They're both Nago Foundation, like with his face on it.
Right.
But yeah, that's just
We're
the draw
with
one,
the
right?
2 feeds.
Yeah, that's just like the draw one. But we did end up getting the block through Breaker 3 on the Big Fist Bash, and now it makes a lot more sense here on why we tapped down the Horrifying Realization.
They were facing different directions, and they looked.
Yes.
It's just Nago with the big sword in the middle.
Oh, I'll show you. Look. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, here's the Fukio, which is in the stage.
Yeah.
And then here is the what do you fight for? They are, yes,
It's
yeah.
the same pose, all right? Cut me a little slack.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the Breaker 3 coming in here, as well as, having to have committed some foundations to pass the check already. Ryan's turn has basically been completely thwarted, even with the +2 to the check.
Yeah, and here's that fight for truth.
Yeah,
on
builds
a
a
3.
foundation. Basically impossible to, still has to commit one.
Yeah, checks a 2 on a 3, which that tells me I don't think we have a 1 diff. I don't think we have a 0 diff, do we?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Otherwise, you'd rather sequence around the breaker and then play, maybe on a 5. Oh,
Walk
we're
the
going
dog
in.
on a 6, and we checked it.
Yeah, we did have the bonus to the check, so it wasn't quite as risky.
Oh, true.
Right?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, okay. Yeah. Sorry, the Godzilla plus check.
I was going to say Godzilla is to play an attack, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So it wasn't as risky as it looked, but still pretty impressive. We do have Walk the Dog going to deal 3 damage, thinks that Roman cancel token.
Yes.
Very, very spiffy use of that. So what would have been 9 damage is now only 3, and that's a pretty big swing. So Chris doing a very good job of defending here in what is sort of the start of the mid game, despite the fact that there was a board wipe. These guys have built back pretty quick. They're both getting some shots in, both generating some momentum, but now it's being passed back to Chris Miner. Godzilla's got a really nice stage setup. You don't want Godzilla to get another turn, especially since he'll be able to start the turn, or at least I guess end your turn with Fight for Truth, which is mill 3, add one of those cards to your hand, which is a very high percentage chance to add an attack or a city rampage to your hand.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, right? Is that it can grab you anything off of those 3
Yes.
cards. And so depending on what's already still in Ryan's hand, I can only imagine Ryan still have more attacks, but the incredible defense from Chris very much thwarting that offense. But here we have that blood-sucking universe coming in here, getting that tension. It has throw, of course. So it's going to deal damage almost certainly no matter what, but checking a 3 on it means there's probably not too much that Chris will be able to do as well. We could, of course, if we end up getting enough blood counters, we could commit that Fight for Truth so that something like that couldn't be used. But that will mean that we'll have to lose 10 more health as Chris, and then going down to 14 is very scary.
Yeah, it really feels like you're against Godzilla. You are already in a position where you only want to lose the 10 health on the kill turn. You want to end the game taking 10 free damage. I mean, that's only one attack in Godzilla.
True.
But if my rival gave me 1 free attack every game, I think I'd take it.
Is going to be unblocked there, and actually we'll go up to 28 because we did have enough blood counters, meaning we'll get the full gain 4 off of the blood-sucking universe.
You love to see it.
Yeah, dealing 9 damage to Ryan, which means he must value everything in his hand or really just can't afford to commit anything. Build only 1 more afterwards for the Don't Do This, and then we are going to go for the Fight for the Truth as we end the turn. Top 3. That's about as good as you can ask if you're Chris. That one moment of normalcy going to go in Ryan's hand, but it's not an attack and not a city rampage.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when your rival adds a moment of normalcy to their hand and you go, phew!
Yeah.
Thank goodness it's just a moment of normalcy is kind of crazy.
I wonder if we even maybe see it reviewed.
I could definitely see it reviewed if all the other cards in our hand are attacks or actions, because you do want to stay on the beatdown, and there it is. But you know what that means, Barrett? The hidden text is we would have drawn 3 foundations.
Yeah,
we would have drawn all 3 of those cards. So Fight for Truth, increasing the consistency of your deck in multiple ways here. And now if Ryan has an insane 5-attack string, it's going to be thanks to the Fight for Truth.
I do spot one of Koenma's task in Chris's hand. So I think very good that Ryan actually doesn't have a City Rampage here, because Chris would have been ready to go with a cancellation on it. But there is the Determined Advance coming in here. We did check a 3 on it, though. So once again, right at the beginning of the turn, Ryan's entire stage is basically almost committed. But now with enough momentum, we can start plussing to our checks to play attacks. And Chris is not in a very good position, at least to defend here. Going to have to take that one straight to the face.
Yeah, both players not checking very well here.
Yeah, on a 6 +2, it checks.
All right, still 2 momentum on Ryan's side, so we could very easily pass 2 more attacks without having to commit out all the way, and that's a pretty scary prospect to think about, especially since Walk the Dog is online, and so getting +2 to a check to play a 4 diff is pretty much guaranteed as the next card here.
And I think this is like the only attack you're allowed to block. And maybe Ryan will acknowledge that and use the +2 speed from the Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken in our momentum. I think that is actually what. Nope, we're going to go ahead and take it. Yeah, because
Down
any
to
sort of like
10.
+1 block modifier of some sort could have helped us block that. But yeah, any other attacks that come through, like this smashing stomp, cards like this one have EX on it. So once we get down to the wire here, I mean, Chris is at 10. This isn't lethal.
And we had to commit Godzilla.
So we can't pass another one, but just pumping into speed for a half block here. Checks a 5, taps Nago for the 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we used the Vast Hybrid +2 speed.
I don't think at any point we did.
If we didn't, that was a little strange to me.
Still deals
especially
draws.
Since you could also EX it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was afraid of. Is like I thought we even had to block that Vast Hybrid, but instead getting away.
We might have done it on the determined advance, and it just went so fast.
That's fair. Yeah. Again, this is now the third time these players have gone against each other this weekend. Both very aware with what is going on. All of these moves connecting. It's 3 more momentum for Ryan. This is the do or die moment for Chris that we can imagine. At 5, has a good number of blood counters to really unlock that. With only a couple of foundations that are even targets to commit, though. What will be the first one? There it is, another blood-sucking universe.
And there it is, another 3 check.
Yes, you're not doing too good for anybody. Committing the imprisoned immediately tells me Chris knows this is the last turn.
Interesting, yeah. Or that potentially committing 1 for 1 is just not a rate that matters against Godzilla. You know, -1 to my blocks for effectively -0 to your ability to play cards is not a good gambit. But I think you're right. I think we have to push here, and seeing the hand, it's kind of not easy, but very, very likely, you know, high potential, I should say.
Yeah, I'm wondering too when we might press this Fukio for the extra speed, because now we're at 3 blood counters.
Gonna respond, gain 4.
Yep, go back up to 9. But now at any point when we press our Nago enhance, we'll go down to 1. So we would have even denied that block even because it would have gotten the extra seed. But the walk the dog coming in here, and it does check the stun 1, and then also the +4 damage from the Nago would guarantee committing the last resource of Ryan.
Looking really good for Nagoriyuki here.
There it is. Gets rid of the blood. Goes down to 1 life. Walk dogs everywhere in this matchup too. And we shake the hand with the powerful on the 2 momentum. That is game 1 going to Chris Miner as it's unblockable.
Are you a game 1 handshaker? I feel like you shake hands at the end of the match. You know,
I'll fist bump whenever. You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's respectful.
Fair enough.
Again, these players have played at potentially by the end of this match 9 games against each other this entire weekend. So lots of respect, I can only imagine. But there it is, Chris Miner going first, taking game 1. Incredible defense in
top 8.
turn 2. Also to survive against Ryan's offense, basically completely thwarting that turn. And then Ryan just being a little short on checks and also damage to get Chris down to 0. If you played against the same person multiple times in the tournament, Sam, do you just go with the same method every time of like what your sideboard choices are, bringing them in and taking stuff out? Or do you maybe mix it up a little bit and, try and figure out a new solution every single time?
Well, I don't know what I've done in the past, but I can tell you in practicality, it's never mattered because anytime I played someone twice in the same event, we played in top cuts and they went first and I did not win.
Okay, that's fair.
Nothing I did seemed to matter. So that's the only time I can remember playing against people multiple times in the same tournament. I do think you want to stick to your guns. I don't think that there is actually a ton of real estate in trying to deceive the opponent if it means making suboptimal decisions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, in card games, we always like to say things like they got to have it. You got to force them to have it. You got to make them have it. And so I think, playing the best cards possible and forcing them to have it is the better game plan, if I had to.
Absolutely. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, Chris really had to go to the restroom. So we're taking a quick break for these two players. You know, I mean, the games are intense, you know, and also stay hydrated, of course. So if anything, I might just open a pack of Godzilla while we wait
I
for.
was told we can't.
What
I'm
do you
kidding.
mean?
I'm kidding.
We have a whole nother thing.
Bromley did. I'm just saying, production said we're not opening packs today, and I was like, yeah, right.
Well, watch me. And then, you know what? If they cut me away, then it is what it is. So it is what it is.
I like how you guys waited till I was off stream to open Sacred Guardian yesterday.
That's your own fault. You weren't there for it.
I didn't make the schedule.
You didn't want to be in the last round. Woo! Oh, Corona Beam.
Pretty nice. It's one of the better attacks in this.
I really like
my
this
opinion,
one.
at least. Look at that. And
yeah.
Look at the art. It's so good.
It's
dude.
so good. The Space Godzilla.
I love the laser beams. You know, I love any set that's got laser beams and missiles in it, and this set has plenty
of both. Absolutely.
Absolutely plenty.
What a
of
good
both.
one. 5 high for 6. Check was modified. Get a power token, and you can commit up to 2 of your power tokens and seal a rival foundation for each power token committed this way. Really good payoff card for that. But here we go.
Oh, Chris is back.
We're back, and we are ready for Game 2 action. Ryan going first here in Game 2 after losing very, very marginally in Game 1. Ryan has had he was the first top 16 player to finish his match against Travis, and I was hanging out with a couple of players, asking them about their weekend, and he came over, and I think Barlow Guest was his last opponent yesterday, and they were both on the winning end. So he came to tell Barlow that he won, and I just had to sit there for a moment, and I had to be like, man, Ryan, we have put you on stream a lot. And he's just absolutely having an incredible performance this weekend. And, you know, at the end of the day, Ryan even told me, he's like, hey, man, I got my Worlds invite already for next year. That's the least that I could ask. And I said, Ryan, you're aiming too low, bro. You are doing an incredible job at the World Championship against some of the best names in this entire game. So I wanted to ask them, you know, like, hey, man, like, you know, you're only a couple away. Are you thinking about that character card? Are you thinking about what you might be doing? You know, I always got
don't jinx him.
I'm not going to jinx anybody, but, you know, because Chris is also doing phenomenally.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Oh, I don't have any chickens. So
don't count your bros before they burg, all right?
Build for the side of Ryan, but that turn 1 imprisoned is also going to be pretty good for Chris because basically we're allowed to immediately commit. Again, the horrifying realization, Chris really likes every card in his hand. Does not want to lose those.
Yeah, well, and I also really like this idea behind Imprisoned in the Nagoriyuki deck because you don't have a defensive ability. On your build turns, your character is an extra resource.
Yeah.
And how do you close the gap of the power level for characters that do have defensive abilities? Well, you play very powerful, high difficulty foundations that other decks aren't willing to play. And so hopefully this Imprisoned has a huge impact for him. But Blue Flame Torment with the City Rampage means check bonuses are going to be going absolutely crazy this turn.
Yeah, City Rampage. We've got the finally free already activated for a Momentum. Like you said, both of these enhances that we get to press from the Blue Flame Torment. And we are not checking well. Hey, Chris, he's like, yeah, I guess I'm not playing that one this game.
You want to just go to game 3?
We might end up being that way. 11 damage Blue Flame Torment right here. Inspiring Song coming through.
6 low for 11. Another check bonus. Is that +5 to our check now?
+3, right?
Well, we've got 2 from Blue Flame Torment, 2 from City Rampage.
Oh, you're right.
1 from Inspiring Song.
Yeah, we didn't press Godzilla.
Are we playing a Heat Ray? Oh, we're playing a Walk the Dog.
On a 7 diff
on
plus
a 9?
And it checks.
Holy moly. Well, of course it does. We had +6 to our check. We were passing out. We checked a 3.
Yeah, so, Walk the
My
Dogs.
goodness.
Coming in very strong here for Ryan and not for Chris because we kept checking them from the Blue Flame Torment. And now even this Momentum right now can be used to make sure that this connects.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a Blue Flame Torment response from the card pool yet. I haven't seen one in a long time.
Yeah.
But if Chris tries to block this, there's a very good chance that -2 to the check means it's unblockable no matter what he uses, no matter what he checks.
Yeah, even like a +1 block or the +2 block modifier from a walk the dog itself, right? That'd be on a 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's 7 speed, right? At best, we can check a 4. If we check a 6 and it gets -2, and then we only have 3 cards to commit. So you'd have to have. Oh, it looks like we're going for the
never
powerful.
mind. Powerful though. 7 speed is still a lot, and there it is. It's just going to connect.
Ryan Godzilla making the right call, getting 3 more damage than I would have.
Smashing Stomp. 5, 6, 7, 8. Checks
at
7. Yep. And this is very easily lethal. +3 to our check for the next thing because of Smashing Stomp. Do we have a block? Botan's coaching, looking for something. No, sorry, that was the what do we fight for?
You fight for? Yeah, that one does not look similar. There's no excuse on those.
But there was still a Fukio in the stage.
Yeah. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, draws a card. If we want to fish for something else.
Oh,
okay.
big fist bash.
Crazy half block here. 5 on an 8. Breaker 3 on the half.
This could be just enough to counteract the +3 that Ryan has. Only 3 resources ready. Can we place? We could maybe play a walk the dog on an 8, commit out with a 5 check.
That would be pretty much the only option for these Godzilla decks, as it's a fake 5 diff, right? You know, it goes down to 4. And there it is. Walk the dog on an 8. Checks a 3.
Checks a 3, and Chris is going to steal another turn in this game. However, he's still got to deal 34 damage, and we have seen Ryan's Godzilla defense spending momentum to block multiple times in a turn be the difference over the course of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly why he's here. Is
and probably against Chris as well.
Yes.
Previous match.
Yes. So now the question is, can 34 even become possible? If any character can do it, it's Inago.
It's the only guy who gives more damage than Godzilla. And Thunder Spear Barrage, if we get like a tension momentum with a Thunder Spear Barrage, so we're opening with it, but there's no momentum yet.
But he was feeling the 3. He knew.
Right.
He knew there was going to be a 3 on top.
True, a safe opener here. -4. Nope, just the +4 damage. So looking at a 5 high for 6, 3 dip. No, okay, we did do the blitz.
Whoa.
So
really
we
challenging.
did the blitz and did the counter.
Challenging Ryan to have a high block.
This is for 10. I like my 10 damage 3 diffs. Those are pretty cool.
Fukio also coming in here for some extra speed. There is a spin. There it is. Ryan spending the momentum for +2 to his next check to block. That pretty much tells me even something. Yeah. Oh, it is a partial, though. So the extra damage actually being worth it. Checks a 5. Just have to commit to 1 more. And, yeah, 5 damage still going straight to the face.
But what is the follow-up? It's just going to be a not now I'm gaming and a fateful decision. Not now I'm gaming is very neat in this matchup because if you play a card with a giant check bonus like we've seen multiple times, like we've seen be basically the entire gimmick of Godzilla, when you bounce it back to the rival's hand, they don't get that check bonus anymore.
Correct.
You know, the check bonus from Smashing Stomp or an Inspiring Song or a Godzilla. Obviously, the C Rampage, you know, it's all your checks, so that one kind of dodges it. But yeah, the opportunity cost of bouncing attack back to your rival's hand is pretty good. And now we're seeing the once per game.
Oh, and a Fierce Wings again for Chris. And this time,
always has it.
A short-lived promotion not on the board.
Double Fierce Wings.
Whoa! Second imprisoned?
I didn't know they had In-N-Outs in Texas.
I don't get that reference.
That is a double with cheese, my friend. 'Cause that is a delicious cheesy maneuver.
Oh my goodness.
And that is the double Fierce Wings. He said, you're going to build 2. I'm going to build 2. Insane. Chris has an insane opportunity here to now go on the aggression because he got a strategic meeting, which you can form speed before you play a card, get a momentum. And now those Thunder Spear barrages are online.
Incredible.
And we also have Inventor's Creation in the deck. We held the Koenma's task. Did we have multiple Koenmas in hand, or did he just shuffle around?
I think
Did
it's
we
just the
side
one.
in the Koenmas?
Oh, we do have extras in the sideboard. That's right.
Yeah, it looks like it's just the one though. It's hard to tell.
Wow, it's just, man.
But just the build out, he had such a crazy opportunity.
Even now, I think this is still very much in Chris's favor. Aside from checking these threes here
You
on these
think so?
foundations.
He's at 3 health.
I mean, the board presence, yes.
Godzilla's about to be a 7-hander.
The Imprisoned, I think, we're going to be targeting the short-lived promotion with the Imprisoned.
Smart.
So just the Inspiring Song to deal with at any point during this game. And even if you're Ryan, even playing something like a City Rampage to start the turn could mean your entire stage is committed if you check a 3 on it.
Right.
And remember, we know there is then even a cancellation for the City Rampage. Nope, just got to build. So, I think at the end of the day, I think Chris having the double fear swings, grabbing such powerful foundations in response, matching the amount of foundations that Ryan was going to have at the end of the board reset anyway, and then builds even more impactful foundations like 2 copies of Hacker Extraordinaire and then also another strategic meeting. I think this is the opportunity where Chris could steal this game and take the match in a 2-0 fashion. There it is.
Oh.
Reviews the Koenmas. We have 2 momentum, maybe even more. Shows a military airship, goes to momentum.
Yep, that one I believe only has 1 keyword.
Unique, yep. Oh, but Inventor's Creation has enough.
Uh-oh. So Inventor's Creation is very cool here because when you play it, you can remove an echo attack and then spend the momentum and play it again and then remove a different attack like a Blood-Sucking Universe or potentially a Walk the Dog or something like that. So you can double up on that splicing effect, which is so cool.
Leading with a Blood-Sucking on a 5. Checks well for some of the first time in this game or this match. Going to get another momentum, sitting on 4 total for Chris. Plus 4 damage to every move. Finally, Free's going to snag a momentum for Ryan. Lots of card draw for Ryan as well when it comes to defensive options.
See one of them being used. See 2 of them being used.
Chris says, yeah, I'm good, man. Do whatever you want. 3 high for 9. It's going to gain some more health for Chris as well. Inspiring Song also coming through here. Minusing the check of Chris. Even something like the Inventor's Creation, that would be on the 5, -1 of the check.
Plus 2 to our block.
Yes. Here it is. Half block. Matters. Gets a throw. Passes. Going to take the 5. Gains the 4 for Chris. Will he have enough blood tokens?
And we are going to Roman cancel.
Yeah, on the block after it resolves. We're going to be able to kick it out and draw a card. It's the benefit when you have all this extra momentum that we were able to get from those strategic meetings. And then also landing that Thunderspear Barrage earlier on. So -1 to Chris's check here. Does that mean you still go for that Inventor's Creation? Do we just safely play a 3 diff?
I like Inventor's Creation here.
There it is on a 4.
I like the Echo play here.
Checks a 4. That Inspiring Song essentially not mattering at the end of it all. And there it is. We've given an Echo just like you said.
Yep, which means we'll get to splice another attack after this, really maximizing the amount of output from the hand.
Yeah, we've just hit the 4th blood counter, which means we can tap down Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most powerful defensive piece.
Yep,
the
there
rival
it is.
has.
Now, it won't help us play any Walk the Dogs because not any extra foundations committed, but not having that +2 to the block anymore. This is a turn. Chris is very much setting himself up here for a great offense. Going for the block here on a Dumbfounded. Of course, it does still ignore progressive even defensively, but we checked that fight for truth. Taps a couple. Going to take half.
Looks like they're counting it out. Yep.
There's the echo. On a 4. Checks. And now we get to display something else. What do you pick here? Do you think it's just a blood-sucking universe?
Blood-sucking universe is the most common.
Yeah. Going to get an extra roaming cancel token, and now this one's going to also deal damage almost no matter what.
Yeah, it's basically a guaranteed 4 damage, right? You block an 8 damage throw. It's a roaming cancel token, which I believe we already used one this turn.
We used the block effect, so we can't use that, but we do still have access now.
Potentially a zone change.
Zone change, I think, is very smart. And then also we could, if we don't end up hitting and finalizing it this turn, we could freeze an extra foundation down.
Yeah.
There it is. Going to connect the full 8, going down to 12 for Ryan. How many more moves does Chris have? Because remember that Inventor's Creation was a bonus.
Right. It looks like I think we have a weapon at the ready and a walk the dog.
On a 6. Checks a 5/6.
Pretty good stuff here.
And the stun 1 here will guarantee that any other copies of Walk the Dog will be able to be played as their 4 difficulty version.
Yeah, and I don't think Godzilla is going to be able to block any of this. It's just going to come down to which attacks does Chris have in hand unless we spend all of the momentum here.
It could be a powerful enhance, right? Because currently it's for 10. We even just have to use 1 to make it lethal, right? It's just 1 momentum for powerful.
True, yeah.
So not lethal on half, but lethal if unblocked. 6 speed, 2 cards, and Ryan's card pool with only 2 ready resources.
I think the only out Godzilla has here is Runaway on the Chaos symbol, and I don't think Ryan's playing it.
No, I don't think so
Was
either.
it in the sideboard?
There it is. There's the handshake. Chris Minor,
go.
2-0 in top 8, progressing to top 4, wins the final matchup between these 2 players, locking in his top 4.
Yeah, through the Nagoriyuki ability, going down to 1 health, being at 3 for, I think, multiple turns there, and over the weekend, winning the rubber match decisively, going 2-1 with Ryan Godzilla. But we got to check on the other Godzilla matches.
Yeah, exactly. That is officially one Godzilla. And incredible performance by Ryan as well across the entire weekend. But
what a character, man. Nagoriyuki, I don't think that was on anyone's radar. I love this character. I think he's great. Most of the players I know who are on Nagoriyuki decided to play Ryu. And I thought that was a smart decision for this event. But Chris Minor could be proving me wrong with those amazing Fierce Wings plays.
So I was taking a photo of it. I'm going to send it to a good buddy of mine who designed the Guilty Gear set. Seeing Nagoriyuki making a top 4 appearance here, I think
what a character,
is
though.
so
Truly,
incredible.
Committing to Godzilla could have absolutely been the difference. And things that touch rival characters are so few and far between. So,
yeah. And it's a hefty cost, right?
Yeah. And it was so stunning how in the final kill turn there, we had to get that bonus attack, right? We had to go find that attack. That attack became another bonus attack because we removed the echo attack, and then walk the dog. If there's a better attack in the format right now than Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken, it's got to be walk the dog, which has shown up all over this tournament. It's all over our top 16, all over our top 8. And I got to tell you, partner, I'm expecting to see a lot more of it throughout the rest of this tournament.
I agree with that 100%. And we're even going to be able to still see Chris Minor continue on in this event, as we will, as far as I'm aware, as long as nothing changes, we will be showcasing both top 4 matches going into this next half of the tournament.
Last time I said that, we didn't do it, so I wasn't going to say
you're right.
it.
I'm going to say it, and if we don't end up doing it, it is what it is.
It's the World Championship, Barrett Bryan. We got to make it happen.
Exactly. So there will be more Chris Minor to be seen, more Nagoriyuki. But
do we have to call him Chris Major now? If he wins, he's Chris Major now.
Oh, Chris Major for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We've already got Alex W. We've got Ryan Godzilla.
Yes.
If he wins it all, we got to call him Chris Major.
Of course, with that is going to conclude over on our side here for the top 8. We're going to check in on the rest of them, get some updated brackets for you all. So don't go anywhere, because the World Championship is just heating up. We'll see you soon.
My name's Carson Panos. I am playing Godzilla today, King of the Monsters. I've been playing UniVersus since My Hero came out, because My Hero Academia is my favorite IP, so it got me into the game and I've been playing since then. Honestly, my favorite part about UniVersus is the community. Like sometimes I don't even care about like doing well at the event, I just love coming to hang out and just chill with the boys, all of that. It feels really good to be this close to Worlds right now. I want to have my own character card and I'm excited for it. I believe I can do it. I didn't prepare that well, honestly. But my teammates have helped me be really good at the game because I just watch them play all day. They help me practice and they tell me what to do. So my teammates are the real MVPs. I would say just make sure you're really enjoying yourself and having fun playing it. If you want to play this game, you obviously love it a lot. And it's just so different from all the other card games. So I think just enjoy what you're doing and have fun with it and you'll do well.
My name's Ezra Miller. I'm playing Crystal Lens. And shout out to Level Up. I've been playing UniVersus for a few years now. I want to say it was since like My Hero Set 2. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it sounds right. My first regional was the I did terribly at this regional, by the way. It was a lot of fun, but it was the last regional that was held at Gen Con. My favorite part about UniVersus, a lot of things I love about this game, but probably just the diversity in the game. Today, when I was playing my matches, I did not have a single match against a repeat character, which is honestly crazy. Let's go. Feels absolutely unbelievable. Started playing the game, never thought I'd be here, but a lot of support from everyone who, in Level Up that we've been playing with, and just powering through. It's been a lot of fun. For this tournament, pretty much how I prepare for most tournaments, which is it's kind of the game is like sometimes it's a bit hard to find a lot of different matches to play. So one of the things I do when preparing for this tournament and any other tournament is I consume a lot of social media, a lot of people streaming on Twitch or YouTube, Damn Stream, obviously. A lot of fun. Watch people play games, how different characters play, and kind of doing some theory crafting against what I'm playing, against what I think other people could be playing. And then also just working with the other people from Level Up, we'll take turns doing other decks that we think will be good and matching them up against each other, trying to refine our own decks and all that stuff. Words of wisdom. Oh, that's hard. I'm not a terribly wise person. Have fun, I guess. There's plenty of times where I've gone like just, 0-2, 0-3 in tournament, washed out, happens. I still try to, have fun, form positive relationships with people. It's, the community's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun just to chat with people and get to know different people.
Okay, my name's Andrew Perrott. I played Izuku Midoriya on the move, Deku 6, and my team's Let's Talk UVS. Since set 3 of My Hero, competing, going to events, battling it out with your friends. I feel like I need to get lucky tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm a gambling person, so we'll see. Playing a lot of games over and over again until they made sense. Just keep playing. Just keep losing until you win.
Yeah, my name is Ryan Kogod. I'm playing Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and I represent Let's Talk UVS. I've been playing since the beginning of set 3. Is when I first started getting into the game. My brother actually got me into the game back then, and I've been stuck to it ever since. My favorite part, over the last couple of years, really been the team, just the atmosphere. I love just hanging out with the guys and stuff like that. And also, I'm a super competitive person. So just being able to sit down and play card games and compete is one of my favorite things. Unbelievable. I told myself that I didn't think I was going to get here. Everyone's like, you got it. And I was like, I don't know. But I got here, and I'm thankful for it. So, team testing, that's like UBS, really extensive stuff, playing every single week, almost every single day. Spreadsheets, I'm a big math guy, so we had a big spreadsheet like of all the data and stuff like that. And Zilla came up king, so here I am. Have fun, as classic as it sounds, and then also play to your strengths, really identify what you're good at and what you're bad at. I think I'm a control player. Obviously I'm not, so here we are.
Jacob Johnson playing Jacob Johnson. Hey? No. And then the trading post, they've been helping me out with trips and stuff. It's really awesome. I play with the MGLA all the time too. So both of them. I have been playing since 2015, so that is 11 to 12 years. 11 years. A long time. My favorite thing about UniVersus is honestly the community. Like, coming here today, I had just great matches. No one got like super mad or anything when something bad would happen. It was just awesome to like witness that and everyone having a good time still, even though it is for like a really serious thing. It's a lot different than other card games, so I love that. Honestly, it is exciting, very exciting. I'm super excited to play for it, but I am just excited I got the bag. There's like a messenger bag you get from making top 16. All I was shooting for, so I'm pumped. I actually did a lot of practice. So I built my deck originally when Equipment Heist existed. It got banned, I had to change everything. I built like 16 different lists for myself and practiced them all. Probably played like 100 games before. Finally got to a list that's like, okay, I'm good against most matches. And I just accepted I'm losing to 2 of them, and I only played them twice and I have 2 losses, so that works. Most important thing I think in this game is to just like find someone that you can play the game with. The more you play, the more you'll learn the cards, the more you'll get used to the interactions in the deck you're playing. And I suggest sticking with the same deck for most of the time that you're playing, but play against other decks. Don't play against the same deck over and over and over again, because then you'll fall in a routine of how to play the game. You'll try and do that against other people and you'll lose. So I would say expand your horizon on what you're playing is the most important thing, I think.
I'm Caden Gilvin. I'm playing Zeke Warchief, and I just want to shout out my sponsors, GameQuest, my home shop. M&R Liquor sponsored me, and then I want to say in memory of Samantha Davina, Giggles. This is my first year. My favorite part is the deck building is so important. I think that is like the greatest thing that could happen to somebody that plays cards, as long as I play all different games, and there's no other game that'll give me a card with me. I played the decks that I had the most reps on, and I played the meta that I thought would be here. I didn't exactly see it, but don't take the top player's words for it. Play it out, build your own deck, take your own take on everything.
My name is George Rangel. I'm part of Let's Talk UVS, and I'm playing Godzilla, the King of the Monsters. He's the king. I've been playing UniVersus since the end of set 1, so around Crimson Rampage, so I think 2022, 21, I remember. My favorite part about UniVersus is drawing many, many cards. Not only in effects, but when you're drawing to your hand size to start your turn. I hate draw 1 games. I don't like it. 4 matches away feels very good for me. I've already gone through day 1, 6 games or 6 matches, and now day 2, another 6. So I feel pretty confident. I didn't. That's the problem, and I don't know how I'm here. I did not prepare at all. I wish I did more, but I didn't. This game is great. You need to try it. It's the best card game I've ever played.
Yeah, I'm Calvin Harrigal. I'm playing Pumat Soul on Air, and I am with Team Trading Post. Since League of Villains, so set 4 MHA. I really love the back and forth, and that most games, both decks get to try and do the cool thing they want to do. I think that's really neat. It doesn't feel real. My losses today were just some critical mistakes and just being slightly off balance. Happens to everyone, you know. I was ranked 1 this year, and 2 big misplays today, so totally can happen. But man, it does not feel real to still have made it through and be 4 wins away. It is crazy. A whole lot of practicing on emulators online because there's not an active locals for me, so don't give up mentally. I was close to it today, and I pulled through. You know, I think the mental fortitude is one of the biggest things going to the last rounds of a tournament. Like making sure that you're still okay, that you got your water and food, that you're ready to go, and that you can handle it because you can. You know.
Yeah, my name is Justin Birch. My character is Mark Tyner, and my team would kill me if I didn't plug Final Round. So I started with the demos at Gen Con in 2019. COVID happened, of course, and then I got competitive around 2021 when MHA 1 came out. My favorite part about UniVersus is the draw to hand size nature of the game. Means that you get to really see your pieces every single game. You don't really have the same sort of issues of mana screwed as long as you get past turn 1 of an awful build without necessarily getting the insane levels of combo consistency that a game like Yu-Gi-Oh! Might have. I have tried not to think about that fact. The answer is I am just going to take it 1 game at a time and try not to think too much about the fact that I might win. I was kind of ready to say I wasn't going to get in at a 2-0-3 record. So I was ready to be out. So at this point, it's bonus games to me. Is I didn't the right answer? I mean, I did. So a little more than 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, I was doing a lot of playtesting with Tyner and really got comfortable with the forecheck variant. And then my job got in the way. So for the last 2 weeks, I have not been playtesting, but I did a lot prior to that. My word of wisdom about the game is find people to play with and talk to players. We are a small game. One of the best things about being a small game is you can go to main chord, you can go to a lot of the other chords as well, and you can at Kevin Broberg. You can talk to Tim Keefe. These people the top level players of our game talk to everyone in the community. So learn to talk to the best players. I got where I am because I got advice and learned from the best players of how to be better.
So my name is TC D'Artagnan, and I'm playing Midoriya on the Move at Worlds. Yeah. I'm from Team Let's Talk UVS, and just representing. We're representing. I've been playing UniVersus for 4 years now. I started at 2022, so 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Definitely the mechanics, I would say. So for me, I love playing competitive games that have really good balance mechanisms, and I feel like the UniVersus has one of the best balance mechanisms for card games I've ever played. So definitely that. It'd be hilarious to immortalize myself, but it feels a little bit shocking actually. It's funny, I've always thought about getting myself here, and now that I'm here, it almost feels like I got lucky. It's so weird. So it feels good, but also just tough, right? You're stressed and you really want to win, but you got to get through all the different roadblocks that are going to be there in Top Gun. I know what I have to deal with, and you got to dodge the things I can't beat. Yeah, that was tough. I did as much testing as I could with my team online. Through Tabletop Simulator was the most testing that I did. But that wasn't a lot. I got 8 games before, with the deck that I was playing, before I actually entered the deck here. And when I entered the deck here, I was doing last minute changes all the way to literally the last 5 minutes before I had to submit. It was insane. So that's just what I typically do though, because I leave everything to the last minute, but whatever I decided at the end, stuck. Yeah, definitely count your math before you start your turn. Otherwise, you are going to accidentally just lose because you are like 2 damage off from killing your opponent. That's probably the most wise thing. You gotta plan your turn before you play it.
Gavin Kale. The character is Bridget, and I'm from Team Lechuga. I've been playing since the start of Crimson Rampage, so around 2022. I think it, this is gonna sound really vague, I think it rewards playtime and practice and testing more than a lot of games. You don't just draw hands and see what the outcome is. You really have to learn how to play the game a lot more than other games that I've played. Unreal. When I got up for my last match, I just kind of walked away emotionless. I was like, we did it. That's it, yeah. Not very much. Normally I like to get a little more testing than I did for this event. I was planning on playing Hanji 2 about Wednesday, I think, and then made the switch Thursday to Bridget, who I've never played in a tournament before, but I know the lines of like Rampage and stuff like that. You know, just taking the knowledge that I've accrued from the past and being like, well, what could go great in this format? And Rampage is a good card, so playtest. That's the thing you need to do to succeed. You need to know how to play the game. I may have not prepped for this event too much, but I've played countless hours of the game in the past, so you know, getting those reps in and getting more familiar with, you know, even if I could block this attack, should I, and just save the card for later, stuff like, you know, small things like that. Yeah, just make sure you understand everything about playing your deck and then playing archetypes of other decks like aggro, control, mid-range, stuff like that.
Welcome back, everybody, for our top 4 of the World Championship here in Dallas, Texas. I'm Barrett Bryan, joined, I think for the only time I'm going to see you today, Christopher Bromley.
It's me. It's Barrett.
And we have an updated bracket, of course, and we are immediately moving on with this tournament. Of course, we just watched Chris Miner take down an incredible match against Ryan Kogod and moving on into the top 4. And yes, he is going to have to go against another Godzilla. George also maintaining his first seed progression of Godzilla doing well, and Justin Birch and TC Duvartanian are still duking it out.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we have to delay the action.
Yeah, true. We did see Justin playing against a Midoriya taking a 0-0 draw yesterday, so I assume that one's going to be going to time.
That is not possible, though. There must be a winner
Yeah,
here
yeah,
today. But that, yes, of course, if you kind of have already deduced the plan here, is because we are going to be showcasing both top 4 matches. We are going to be showing Chris Miner and Carson Panos after this. But, of course, let's talk about what these players have already won. Here's the top 4 pricing that they're going to be going home with.
I want that Mikasa.
The Mikasa is very, very pretty. And, again, you know, officially every Mikasa has been eliminated from the tournament. Ryan Field, and, again, an amazing performance making that top 8. And he was this close to locking in one of those Mikasas to go home, but taking home those top 4 mats as well for these players. Of course, as well, here at the World Championship, we've got the Godzilla Reign of Kaiju super pre-release that's happening all weekend. I think literally after this teams event they are doing another Godzilla super pre-release. Of course, you've seen all the cards that are going to be going off, and you can type in chat the exclamation point Kaiju pre-release.
Yeah.
But we also have some more chromes to show off. So, yes, here's your ad.
They're behind.
Yeah, we're
slacking, Brian.
I'm trying to get the action to the people here. Here we are with the Angerous Fierce Dragon and also the Batra.
It's so funny because Batra, I think, is only in 2 movies, and one of them is Final Wars. So, like, him getting a character card is so crazy for me as a Godzilla fan. But Anguirus, man, spinny top turtle, my favorite guy. Not my favorite guy, but he's one of my favorite guys.
And I love this Batra Chrome, honestly.
Oh my god, it's got to look insane.
I do think the Gigan one is probably my favorite out of all of them. The one that they got the showcase yesterday because someone pulled it. But the Batra, it's the laser beams, right? They're just
Are there crumbs of the original starter deck characters in there?
No. It's just
that would be cool.
There's just those alt arts, right, that you can get from those decks.
Yeah.
But these are, of course, those two. But let's jump in. Of course, we know him. You might be already in love, but Carson Panos is going to be your second seed opponent that Chris Miner will be going against. Here is his breakdown of the entire day yesterday, and the reason he got second seed is because he won the first 4 rounds and then just drew twice.
Yeah. He was allowed to intentionally draw in the last 2 rounds, which is it's one of the best feelings in the game is when you get to just handshakes draw for the final 2 rounds.
And you can already see here as well.
One against Chris Miner already.
One against Chris Miner, which means this is another rematch that we get to see here, as well as 2 different teams against each other. Of course, here's Chris Miner's stats that we have already gone over on the last round. You know what's funny as well is I had no clue, but Chris Miner was only 5 points away from qualifying to an auto day 2.
Right.
But again, I can't stop talking about it. The day 1 buff really going a long way for these players, especially for people
getting
like
a lot of reps on their characters for sure. I mean, there's something I will always take the day 2, right? I would take the buy if I can, but you just get so many reps in a tournament setting with a deck that Chris hadn't played before this event. So it means that he's played probably 5 or 6 Godzillas up to this point.
Yes, and the only one he lost to yesterday was Carson.
Well, on day
Panos.
1, I know he played against Ryan again.
Yep.
And he lost to him on day 1, won again on day 2. So continuing that pattern, he
Yes.
could have lost to Carson on day 2, wins against him day 3.
Yeah, it could be the story. Now, this Godzilla list that Carson is playing is different in the sense of we were talking about Dust Attack a little bit off air.
Dust Attack is the card that I thought Godzilla's would be switching to running 4 of. It's low. It gets you the momentum to fuel Godzilla and also can flex into defense, right? Tension is, for characters like Godzilla, one of the few pieces of defense you can play. And if it hits, it ignores progressive, which is massive, right? So it makes people overcommit to block, in my experience, right?
And then if that's the case, it eats up a low block,
Correct.
which means you don't have it for all these other low attacks you're playing, including another addition that is something Ryan wasn't playing, a Heat Ray, a spicy one of.
Yeah.
Foundation-wise, I love the extra fights for the troops. We were talking about this a lot in the matchup that we just saw Chris play. Now an extra copy here in Carson's list. And then also, we thought one of the only ways, theoretically, that something like a Godzilla can also play, though you said key defensive pieces, a single runaway in this deck might go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, we see a lot of the tools that Godzillas have are the same across the board with 3 or 4 cards that go over it. On the other side of the table, we just saw Chris Miner win with Nagoriyuki, but it's not a bad idea to talk about it again. I don't know if you guys talked about the single Koenmas, but I think it's so smart with more on the sideboard for this matchup.
Yeah,
I was just talking to Keenan Meadows about, he said City Rampage is just like, it's rampant. It's just what everybody's going to be doing. And I said, that's why I run main boarded Koenma's tasks.
Yeah.
Because if you can cancel that enhance, they are screwed. They are just screwed because they have a card in their card pool in addition to what they're going to be playing. And usually they have to, pass from that point. And so Fierce Wings, being able to tutor up blocks and our 3 difficulty attacks, so cool. It's really neat to see an order deck flexing aggressively and doing so well in a tournament like this.
I can't stop talking about Fierce Wings. The fact that we saw the board reset come through from Ryan Kogod and they
responding
with 2 of them, it was
so cool,
incredible. And because Fierce Wings lets you build whatever you want, he grabbed an Imprisoned, which went huge in this matchup as well. Just tapping down the very key selective foundations on Godzilla's board because, surprise, surprise, most of Godzilla's foundations are one and done.
Yeah.
So if you can deny that use from happening
early
on,
using it at all.
Exactly. So it just goes a long way. So now here's the dichotomy of this match versus the one that that Chris Miner just played against Ryan.
Right.
We're going second.
Yeah.
Because Chris is 6th seed. Meanwhile, Carson is
second
seed. Right underneath George. So that is the hardest part about it. But we did just see Chris break serve on that game 2 for a 2-0 victory against Godzilla. So we know that his deck can do it and has the tools to do so because of what you said. Aggressively leaning. 4 damage is greater than 3, like what Godzilla gives versus what Nago gives. And the order symbol having this mixture of offense and defense, not just like full sending it like most of these Godzilla lists are.
Right. Well, so I think actually the biggest key to Chris's victory in that second game was committing Godzilla.
Yes, from
on
the
offense,
the
right?
blood
On his
counters.
own offense, right? Just like a lot of Godzilla players rely on that in a pinch, right? Saying, "Hey, I'll take that one, but I'm floating +2. I'll take that one, I'll float +4," and then they'll build a free block something on the third attack. If you just to commit Godzilla, especially if you stack 3 blood counters and then do it on the 4th on the next turn, it can make a game. And I think it's one of the reasons why he won in game 2.
Absolutely it is. Yeah. And honestly, we even saw Ryan Kogod be one of those great defensive Godzilla players. And I can only imagine Carson, having played a wide variety of decks across his entire current UniVersus career, I think that's probably the same success and the same strategy we'll see Carson play in this matchup. But like you said, Chris having very good answers in his deck to do so. Going for a build 5 here.
Yeah, I think so he's holding a Foresight in his hand. He could have built a 6, actually. It was possible. Yeah. But holding the 3 low block into a deck that runs a lot of very threatening lows and the Botons to potentially get an additional. Pretty key build here, I'll say, is fighting for control, right? Which means that if we check a 3 to play a City Rampage or even an opener, right? Like we could have to tap our whole board just to resolve the card,
or lose the whole attack. Right?
Yeah, or just lose the attack. And one attack is a big deal for Godzilla. City Rampage also a very big deal for Godzilla. It can mean the difference between taking 20 on a turn and taking 5.
No review though from Carson, so it just draws up. And the foundations that Carson did build are very, very powerful, right? We have the Moment of Normalcy already locked in on the stage. Yeah. Inspiring Song, obviously one of the best foundations in the game right now for Chaos. And then that Finally Free, of course, that even though with Titan Cliff being gone in the format, people are still playing it because it is just a simple flip for phone momentum and check to 6.
Yeah, checking a 6 here means that the fighting for control is not going to be used, I think. But yeah, we're going to see how deep into this turn we'll go. Chris checking a 3 on the Blue Flame Torment Enhance, likely meaning that we're going to be getting +1 damage and +1 to our check here. Deciding, Chris is saying, do I need to block or do I need to prevent you from passing checks this turn? Lets it go. I think smartly, right? We have the block for this one, right?
Yeah.
And we have no speed hate. Oh, no, we do it. We have a -2 speed from Fateful Decision.
4? That's the hard one. Okay, we are going to pass at least one of them.
Okay.
But this does mean that depending on if Carson pulls the trigger and gets the momentum from the Finally Free, or even uses things like Inspiring Song, as it looks like we're going to do that right now, we could have upwards to +4 or 3 to Carson's check to play another.
Yeah, it depends on whether or not he wants to use the Finally Free. Checks the runaway, so that's not an option for this cycle, at least. Or not checks, but mills it. Yes. Functionally the same. But, yeah, Chris is deep in the tank here, deciding whether or not he wants to block this one.
It's hard, right? Because there could be so many other moves. Blocking it means you probably enable any Walk the Dogs from being 4 difficulty moves.
Yeah.
It is just at the mercy of what Carson has in his hand. And again, I think sometimes telling, especially going into the turn 2, right off the bat at the beginning of the game, is why didn't you review? How heated is your hand?
Yeah.
But that Fateful Decision Enhance going through for the minus speed, or maybe even just giving Breaker to the next thing we play. There it is, Foresight block on a...
No. It's a response, right? It was routed to a response. Fateful Decision.
It's an enhance. You have to call your shot.
Oh, I know. It was printed enhance, but it's the text says after you play a block against Breaker 1. I don't know if the errata changed the text of the card or if it changed the enhanced response. I don't remember.
I think the errata is enhance your next block gets Breaker 1.
Okay. Yeah. Which is worse than the response, but
yes, correct.
Okay.
But we checked a 3 anyway on our block, and so it fails, and we ate all of it.
Yeah. Okay. So using or losing basically the fighting for controls here, saying, hey, you're gonna have to commit 1 foundation for this one, and then unfortunately for me, it means that it was a no-brainer, right? We get the commit and freeze Botan's
which was the only way we were getting a card in our hand.
Yeah.
So this is just all free damage.
I think keeping the fighter for control just to, because I think the incorrect decision would be to commit and freeze that one, but Chris is at the helm here.
Yeah, at the mercy of what Carson can do. This could very quickly become a turn 2 from Carson, depending on the attacks in hand.
Yeah, well, we didn't use Godzilla here, so I think we're going to be building. Whoa, no, okay, we are trying to go for a kill.
6. Checks a 6 as well for Carson. saving even that momentum. Something like a powerful 3 is on the board for this attack.
Yeah, so we're at 14, which means if we use the powerful,
Go to 12.
we'll take 12, and any move will kill. I think actually any move will kill anyway. You just do plus to the check.
And there it is. We
check them
show
all
them.
the dog. Yeah. A City Rampage list. Turn 2 kill.
There it is. Game 1 very quickly going to Carson. Chris building a ton of foundations and not getting the luck on his side for passing a check for the block that I think he really needed.
I love how immediately he pulls those 2 Koenmas out.
True.
I think that could be the difference. If he gets to cancel a City Rampage on turn 2,
yeah,
that could be what secures him this game going first, right? Because he's going to be able to build big if he draws the cards to be able to do so.
Yeah,
guilt free, basically. But what usually happens if you die going second into Godzilla is they just drew an insane turn 2, right?
And we've even seen a lot of the success for Chris was actually just like double building.
Right.
And going first is the safest way to do that,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
So I'm glad those are coming in. I love the UFS card back sleeve right
What
there.
card could that be? Hacker, maybe?
Yeah, he pulls out. Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to think what else could be an option. I think it's just Hacker. Unless he pulled out the old Koenma's test. Yeah, so...
Yeah, Hacker's not doing so much. You know, if you're going to be eating the big damage, yeah, it gives you a momentum.
Well, not just that, there is a military airship in Carson's deck, but yeah, at the point where Godzilla builds the military airship, if they get it, they get it at that point. Hacker getting momentum could be cool, right? But it's a 4-check. You're substituting a 5 for a 4. Barrett, I remember you and I played back in the day. You said I just took out all the 4s in every Top Cut match I played.
Yeah,
it
helps.
It helps. No, truly, being able to for somebody who loves 4-checks, right?
Yeah,
and I often
they're powerful.
I factor it into my checking. But if you play a deck, the difference between checking 4s on an attack and checking 5s on a string is massive. I lost a final against Sam Tate actually because I checked 5 straight 4s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thumbs up from Sam.
Might be the most mad I've ever been in a game.
And yet you continue to play them.
I did. Yeah, I did continue.
Game 2, man, that was so fast.
That was so fast.
For all the Chris Minor fans at home, all the Nago Ryuki fans, Game 1 was rough, but it looks like it's just going to be a build 3 here on the side.
Yeah, he did have another attack. Card in his hand. It was in prison though, so not safe to build.
We did see him not minding to play it going second though.
Oh sure,
yeah,
because
with
commit your character. Yeah.
Reviewing a Walk the Dog from Carson. We'll see how good it is. I think, as you were kind of stating, if we can find a Koenma's task on the side for Chris this turn after we draw, because I think the thing about Godzilla's almost scarier than going first is when they go second and that partial mulligan.
We found one.
Perfect. That means if the
2 imprisons, I would love a double build. I mean, because the imprisons are both 4 diffs, right?
Yeah.
So you don't want to play an attack before them.
On a 5.
Yeah.
Checks a 3. So
it's not ideal to just build 2 pass again, but.
Yeah, we'll play a 3 diff.
Oh,
checks a 5.
man.
We are going to commit our character and our last
Not
foundation
ideal.
for it, though.
But if it deals damage, we'll have the tension to reduce the damage of a move if it deals damage, right? So
Yeah.
I would still feel pretty safe with the Koenmas, right? And 2 imprisons, because the imprisons can hit
anything.
Inspiring Song and
probably just like
the
Fearsome.
Yeah, which makes the turn a little less safe. And if we commit those 2 and our opponent goes for a City Rampage and it gets canceled by Koenmas,
yeah,
huge.
Absolutely.
If not, if he goes for a kill like game 1 he did, then
Ooh,
it could be
a
all
runaway. This is something.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
He's gonna
Probably.
pass.
I mean, so it's not going to affect Chris Minor too much because he wasn't going to be building after this anyway.
But it does deny the
denies the momentum. So that tension damage reduction is not going to be available.
Double build there, and they're
Yeah.
immediately, of course, going to get committed.
Yeah.
It actually looks like he's going for
Whoa,
the pass-through walls, which tells me that we're maybe trying to do a breaker play, but I don't know how we're going to pass any check with our entire stage committed here on the side for Chris.
What if you're just really lucky?
You know what? I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Draws up for Carson's hand size. No City
Okay,
Rampage.
No City Rampage.
Blue Flame Torment on 5 and it checks. This is a similar scary situation.
Yeah, it's very scary. It's not the ideal where our opponent went for a City Rampage, but And we're not blocking it, right? We're not going to be able to get to pass the check. So this is going to be for 11.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's impossible for Chris to pass these check as sixes scenarios.
Are there any sixes in this deck?
Yeah, it's for sure.
I don't see any, man.
No, maybe not.
I don't think there's a single six.
You're right. I was wrong.
Yeah, not every symbol can be as lucky as the chaos symbol.
Yeah, so, 10 damage? Blue Flame Torment completely connects. 22 to go. Walk the dog easily on a 5.
Yeah.
Checks a 3, though.
Oh, it checks
a 5. Checks a 5.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it
did I
checks a
both do
5.
Blue Flame?
Yeah, no momentum, though. So we are now on just the number on the card.
Yeah. And we haven't even attempted to start, we haven't used our Fearsome to even just, cycle draw.
Right.
This just tells me that Carson has the moves, right?
Well, I mean, it's free, right? You take your hits in when you can, especially when your moves are all getting 3 damage.
Yes, exactly.
So
9 to the face.
I could see a build here. Maybe another attack into it, but because he is playing 4 dumbfounded in this deck.
Yes, that is
so
true.
The builds are a little easier. Yeah,
On a
if you
6.
have it, you just send it, right?
Checks a 5. This will draw 2 cards now because there's 2 of them in the card pool.
If he draws another Walk the Dog, it could be it.
Yeah. 5 diff is scary territory, but if you check a 6, you could go for it.
Yeah.
It could be a very quick 2-0 from Carson, but I think no matter what, after that one
you can see Chris is just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
If you got it, you got it.
Didn't block the first one.
Yeah. I think we're waffling, over what to do. So, yeah, it
5.
looks like we're going to be building 3.
There's a 3, so the build is going to be sketchy.
Yeah, moment of normalcy is going to be pretty big for Carson defensively if it doesn't get stunned or committed somehow.
Dumbfounded.
Wow.
Yeah. Build 3 even after all of that. 0
Yeah.
momentum going into that turn and still very, very easily got a lot of damage now. Chris all the way down to 4. Chris has to play perfectly, at least defensively wise, or Chris has to answer this on his own with a turn 3 kill.
Yeah, well, doing 34 through a moment of normalcy I don't think we have any target hate right now, right? You could do it on the follow-up turn, right? If you survive, you could commit them with imprisoned. And yeah, we've reviewed the Koenmas. It didn't do it for us. Oh, not an aggressive hand.
I think there was a blood-sucking universe.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. And there's no runaway
on a 5.
Thunder Spear, or is this no? This is a blood-sucking universe.
Yeah, this is the cool little promo ones from the stores.
I see.
There's that Roman cancel. That will help us as long as we maintain at 4. It means setting something to 3 is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all but surely connecting because of the throw.
Right.
Carson not playing any throw hate that I'm aware of. Yeah, it's just very tough for Chris here.
It's for sure a tense moment,
Oh,
because regardless of what we do, okay, so we're gonna reset the damage. Chris
drawing a card with what do you fight for?
What do you fight for?
Yeah, it's just E-flip draw 1.
Straight up in hand flip. Has a 2-low block.
Yeah.
Botans, we're digging. We're digging here
We need
because moment of
something.
normalcy was used.
That's true.
Right?
Pitch draw. I think it's another blood sucking.
No, it's
Thunder
Thunder Spear Barrage.
But we do have momentum.
Yeah.
The echoes are on the board.
Those are for 10.
Yeah.
Right? And if the last card in Carson's hand is not a high block, right?
Yeah.
It could be 20 damage.
This one already getting reset. This one's only for 5, and we can assume Carson's probably just not blocking this one. This will also gain 2 life for Chris because we only have the 1 blood counter, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you go for it? Yeah.
Ooh, there it is.
Inventor's
Adventures on a 5,
Creation.
checking another 4.
Gonna be removing
splicing Echo onto it.
Okay. So it only gets the. I wonder if you use the Echo. I mean, instead of using it on the Thunder Spear, because Thunder Spear is going to be bigger damage total, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I guess if you echo it, and it's just to turn it into another blood-sucking universe, you get the momentum back. So on the tension.
Oh, sure. Well, that's what I was thinking. I thought we were going to go get a.
You just do it on the next one.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
so silly.
Because you're going to play it twice.
Yeah, what
Or this, or at the ready. It's
yeah,
also
at
has
the ready
tension.
also has tension.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's so we did pass it. Again, very quickly turning our entire stage sideways. But
Checking
it's just,
really poorly though.
Yeah, just more moves.
So we're on check 2 5s.
And also pray that Carson
doesn't
doesn't
have a high block, right?
But that one connects. It's going to flip. We still have the tension. And we know that we have. So, yeah, on a 5.
You've committed this far. You may as well go for it.
He said, yeah, I'm going to completely send it. I'm going to give it -4 speed, I can only assume. 11 for Carson. I think even a half block on one of these is not good enough. You'd have to block both.
Well, they're both for 10, no?
If we choose to do so. It looks like he even just chose -1.
And then 4. Okay, so putting it to 7 damage. Right, and a 4 high is because that's the thing is, if it's 4 high, it would kill.
We hit our 4th blood counter. We're going to go all the way down to 1.
Yeah, commit.
Yeah, so 4 high. Do we have a high block?
I really like not full sending, actually.
Yeah. It's half block here with a City Rampage. On a 5. Checks a 3. Going to have to tap out. This is a pretty
Partial
good sign.
Blocking. Yeah.
Only for the partial.
If we can.
There's the Echo on a 5.
Checks a 5.
Checks. That's good because
Yeah.
you still need Naga ready to give this +4.
Yeah. Because we took yeah, if we checked the 3 there, it was not lethal.
Yeah, I think you just do the 1 again. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just the 1. Naga for +4. This is going to be enough.
Yeah.
Do we have a block for this? It'd be like has to be another +1 block, and we have to check a 6.
Yeah.
We've already seen the runaway. It can't happen this game.
Can't be another runaway. Yeah. What a
For 7 exactly.
What a crazy tight line.
Fierce
Swings
swings to pick up a card.
Maybe a Coenmas.
A second Thunder Spirit Barrage at the ready. A backup attack. We can play it on a 6.
Yeah.
Can you block this one? Determined, goes for it, checks a 3, and that's game 2. Chris, you can see his expression barely squeaking away with that win, which means we have a match.
Doing 34 to Godzilla when they had built that much, right? I think it's like not many people have the,
the gall,
the cojones, to go for a play like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that was saying, hey, what was it? Mino pass back, me win or me scoop.
Yeah, me win or me scoop. Yes, yeah, Mino pass back.
Yeah.
That was it, right? It was do or die in that moment, and even the check's not going very well for Chris. Still, dude, look at his face. He knows he got away with murder.
I love
there.
Chris, man. Chris is such a fun guy to play against and play with. The final round shop, in Charleston, South Carolina, cultivating a good crew of nice guys, and 2 guys in top 16 here at Worlds too. Zach Richards and Chris Miner both made top 16. So
and Justin Birch still playing.
Oh, Justin Birch. Also, sorry, but Justin Birch doesn't live in Charleston, does he?
That's true, but he's on the team.
Sorry, yeah, he is on the team. Yeah, and I love their shirts. Let's talk UVS also. I mean, been here a long time, doing the numbers in terms of consistency.
Yes, correct. Yeah. And again, still has representatives inside of the tournament.
100%, yeah.
So
TC George.
I think George counts. Yeah, George is on their team. So I mean, there's a world where it's really depending on the result of the current top 8 that's still happening. We could have on both sides of the bracket actually final round versus Let's Talk UVS.
Right.
So they've got a lot of pride on the line for these teams.
Yeah.
But here is the hardest part here. Again, if you're a Naga Ryuki fan, this is the hard game again. Going second versus Carson, who we saw with that incredible turn 2 in game 1.
Has a Coenmas too.
That's a good start. We still have yet to see Carson even play the City Rampage.
Yeah, he hasn't needed it.
Hasn't needed it.
Carson's deck has been so efficient, right? Like just drawing the right pieces at the right time. I think that his last game was a answer this or die situation too, right? And Chris was in a situation where he had to take 2 5s or he lost, right?
Correct.
So it's not like Carson misplayed. He played brilliantly. And, he said, hey, you got to have it, and his opponent had it. So, oh, wow. Went for the 4, by the way.
Going second. We've seen him. He's willing to always do it when going second. And it's a pretty big deal here. And he has almost always been targeting things like the horrifying realization.
Yeah, preventing them from digging, right?
And every time Chris values the cards in his own hand, it doesn't want them to be sculpted away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if this, like this Coenda's task.
I like Imprisoned.
It's very good.
I like it. There, I said it. I like this 4 difficulty foundation. Gosh darn it.
It's just another one of those tools we were talking about of like the order symbol being in a very unique spot currently, right?
It's in an interesting spot.
And cards like Imprisoned are, help create that sort of like board control kind of environment that it can do. But determined on a 6, checks a 5.
I would just be like devastated that I found Coenda's and my opponent didn't didn't get the cool line.
It's got a mid block though. We could potentially block this one.
It's just definitely not the end of the world. And you can feel safe blocking with it too because our opponent didn't use
the
Rampage.
The Master's Pride, of course, was committed to pass the check, and then we did go ahead and ready it because we got a momentum right away.
Yep.
And then there's that Fearsome Transformation Enhanced to draw us a card because we have a momentum now. So the question for Chris is if he wants to block this one, but it's very difficult because it can't ever go below 6 speed.
Yeah, if you block it, it can mean that you're not blocking anything else for the turn. It's why this is such a pain point when playing against Godzilla, right? We were blocking on an 8. Oh, on a 9?
The Breaker.
Breaker
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
3.
Breaker 3 with the Godzilla enhance here. So we're going to get a total of -1 for Carson's next check.
You got to have stones to play like that, man.
Weaves the foundation.
Yeah.
Checks a 0 on the
1 difficulty. You're going to have to commit 1.
Commit 1. We still have +2 to the check to play an attack. So on a 7.
Yeah, checks a 7.
There it is.
Yeah, but full block means that we're likely not
dying here.
Likely not dying here.
But no more momentum. But this one all but assuredly giving +2 to Carson's next check anyway.
Yeah.
But like you said, if we eat this one and we eat the next one, all but guaranteeing that we stay alive, right?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, if I would assume a walk the dog would be the last attack for this turn. There is a world where this one does 10, walk the dog does 9,
7.
take 19.
Checks.
Right? If we could find 3 more damage? We don't have momentum for a powerful. Okay, so I don't think we're dying this turn.
No, even another walk the dog is not lethal because of that full block.
But we're in a situation again where
we'll be very low.
Yeah, Chris might have to go for broke.
But we had such a good build. I mean, we know that his deck is capable of doing 34 with very little.
Yeah.
It comes down to the attacks and the cards that he draws.
Right.
And, starting with 0 momentum, but having things even like the strategic meeting in our stage means we can start the game off with a momentum for things like echoed moves. Checking the 3 there means we have to completely tap out if we want that extra foundation.
Wow.
We are going to do it.
Oh, man.
Because we wanted even another. So build 3 because we weaved in 1 from the breaker. And we're going to steal 2 or take 2 momentum here from those attacks.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very much saying, hey, Chris, can you do 34 again?
We know we can.
It's possible, right? But this is a 6-hander who has a Botans on board, right?
Yeah, strategic meeting will help and give us a bigger picture as well. We're going to keep the Coenmas.
I need to read strategic meeting.
Form, yes. Form flip, reveal the top card of your deck. Depending on the number of keywords on it.
It has a bunch of keywords. You can get it. If not, it goes to momentum.
Yeah, momentum no matter what, yeah. But it looks like we're not even going to press it. It just goes straight into the Bloodsucking universe.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. If he commits the Imprisoned, that means we're going for it.
That is true. Yeah. That is exactly what that sells us.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with the fan of the hand, I don't think we have enough gas to make that decision. Yeah,
Okay.
Just committing the strategic. We didn't use it. And the Fukio gets our Roman cancel token. I think this is great, though, because this shows, we're going to have both momentum unless we get runawayed.
I think we didn't review the... Oh, we
held it.
Yeah, we held the Coenmas. So... Yeah, it's
Is it a runaway? No, it's not.
No.
Just a fight for the truth block. So this is going to get the momentum that Chris very much values in needing for his deck to function and work. And so just building out afterwards, I think, is going to be a very, very powerful for Chris. And with the ability of the defensiveness on the Roman Cancel token and gaining a couple more health from that Bloodsucking Universe, he's probably going to feel at least a little better. And it is now up to what
Hacker,
Carson.
Fight for Control, Imprisoned going to be able to commit the
Horrifying again.
Or
if we have a breaker,
if we have
maybe.
a breaker, right?
Yeah.
I think we have an Inventor's Creation, which means Breaker 3 is available. So hitting the pass-through walls, canceling. I think there's a version of this. Okay, no, we're hitting the Horrifying. Okay.
We've seen him hit it almost every time. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a smart decision,
man.
right?
Especially again, if it comes down to a city rampage, which has been drawn, you can Fighting for Control it, make Carson tap more
completely
pieces,
out and then cancel it,
and then still cancel it.
Wow.
But it's up to Carson if he falls for it.
I will say it feels like we've
been
the
waiting
narrative
for this moment.
Yeah, for people at home, I'm not preferring Chris Minor. It's such an exciting proposition that I'm
to
thinking
have
about.
that answer. But I think Carson, even at this exact moment, might just actually be thinking about the board reset.
Right.
I think we drew the
He
city
just didn't
rampage,
have- but nothing to support it.
nothing else to go with it. So I will go ahead and abandon that that thought process.
It's just so exciting. I love Koima's egg.
Sam Tate, it's on his cards of the weekend, and honestly, it is coming up very, very.
It's a card that was like, people played it when it came out, right?
Yes, of course.
But it wasn't like running the format, so it probably felt okay to reprint into this format. But it was needed. Honestly, there was not much action cancel in the format. Okay, we are playing a card. What card? Who knows? Carson may not want to hit the board because he's feeling safe at 29 health.
Yeah, and he has a big stage himself, right?
Yeah, so it may be a situation where he says, I have the City Rampage. I have good blocks, right? I don't need I probably won't die,
Yeah.
Definitely deep in the tank. And it's game 3, right?
Yeah, this
so
is
if
it.
there's a time to go deep in the tank, it would be game 3 of
And they've
the
got
World Championship
33
in
minutes.
top
And
4.
Nobody
it's
nobody
not-
over here is gonna complain about thinking about this. And this is probably the hardest decision of Carson's match, maybe even tournament.
Yeah. This turn, right? Because he knows that he can't kill. I wonder what Carson's pants say.
Let me look. Oh, it looks like we're pressing it.
We're
There it
doing
is.
the form.
Discard 4, reset the board. No fear swings on the side of Chris Minor, as we know that was a lot of the success that he had against Ryan Kogod. So there it is. Double finally free.
He might
could fail the second one, but
No.
it does get in the stage, which means 4 momentum if Carson decides to go in on that next turn. But this is another situation. I think he's probably going to hold on to that
Koimas.
the Koemas still.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was me, I need to go look. I need to go see how many City Rampages are in Carson's discard pile. And we review the inventors. I think that's smart.
Yeah,
Draw 4.
it does have a low block, right? And with a breaker in our discard pile, it might feel good. But yeah, you need to build. I think that. Oh
We
no.
drew a couple of attacks though. It's
Yeah.
gonna. I think it's just like a build 3 if he does, which again is very much fine. This is also a situation where you're allowed to play a 3 difficulty attack.
I think you can play the inventors to get attention, to have that momentum.
As long as there's one in there, right?
Right,
Which we know there's because the Bloodsucking's in his momentum. Okay, there is an at the ready.
Yeah. 2 at the ready. Season.
Yeah, so there is 100% a world where we can play that attack. But I think instead we're
okay.
going to value that breaker
Yeah.
ability of the inventor's creation.
Yeah.
So build 3, pass, back to Carson,
Gets a
full
fresh
6
grip.
off the top.
Determined. Foundation. Walk the dog.
And run
Run
away.
away. Do you think he builds?
I think we have to. I think determined is too risky.
Yeah.
To off the top, obviously, walk the dog is even
It's not
riskier.
happening. Yeah, it's just not happening.
Even
Yeah.
riskier.
Yeah. And I would feel relatively safe holding the runaway, right?
100%.
And you have 2 incredible attacks if you're
On a
oh
6.
My gosh.
Checks the 3. This is huge if you're Chris Minor fans, because yes, this will get the momentum.
Yeah, it has EX3 on it, but it's not going to.
It's not lethal on its own.
Yeah, it's not going to do 15. And walk the dog. I think if you're Chris, do you just take this?
I mean, yeah. I don't think we're blocking.
Yeah, I mean, you
this.
could try. That's what I'm saying is you could try. He could try for it because he has the breaker in his
I like
hand,
the
right?
draw defensively here, actually. But at this point, I think Chris should feel if he does want to block it.
Yeah.
I think blocking with that Coenda's task is probably here, right?
Right.
Be on an 8. Just go for it if you check a 5, right? Right, it's got a 2 bid. Even just a partial here. Don't do this with a low. We could fall into a trap, though, if you end up overcommitting. Checks the 4.
5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think we're deciding, hey, do I – if I pass this, the walk the dog just kills me, right?
Yeah, correct.
So if they have it, right? I mean, we know, obviously.
Lets it fail. I think that's the correct call.
I think
and
so,
it's a bonus
too.
review.
Yeah, because any other move, we still have the opportunity to draw or block, right? Walk
Yes.
the dog is so fast that if we pass that block, we would die to the amount of momentum that Carson has.
Yeah, build 2 afterwards because we checked a 3 on that last one diff.
Well, so Chris now on 3 foundations, 6 health.
1.
Were we counting City Rampages?
I was counting City Rampages.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's only 1 in the discard pile.
Yeah, so he's deciding whether or not he's going to review the Coinmas.
Yeah, and I think
and like keeping it, because it could come down to the runaway, right?
Yeah, it could.
If
But
we're going
it's going to
for
be
it.
a little hard because at that point, how many attacks do you have in your discard pile?
I saw 2 walk the dogs. We have a momentum, so we can open with the Thunder Spear barrages, right? We could just go, hey, 1-2 punch.
Yeah, 1-1. Yeah, and they're safe.
Yeah, and then the walk the dog would come in and commit whatever's left.
Yeah, I think that's the hard part is do we actually even get any of these foundations committed
And
for Carson?
The craziest thing is if you Thunder Spear and then it gets runawayed and you cancel it, you take the printed plus the amount of damage that it gets. So
And the printed is 5, right? Because of the wait, no, the printed is only 2, which is
well, but Inventors was printed 4.
Oh yes,
right.
that is
So
true.
if that's what happens here, right?
That check was big, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
if this is going to be possible in any capacity,
we need to check well.
Yeah, exactly, and especially on that one.
So discarding for don't do this, but to prep for the walk.
I understand. I totally forgot about the don't do this coming in. So yes, that's huge because now it's also going to put Carson in a situation where, hey, you have to press these buttons now or you're going to lose them.
Yes.
So there's the inspiring song.
Yeah, probably going to be used to hack a check.
I can only imagine.
And it gets, the thing is, it would get cleared by the Quenmas.
Yes, if the runaway comes through.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's actually to buff his own check.
Whoa.
Oh, because we could fail the runaway. We have to plus our check if we want to guarantee it, right?
Okay.
Gets for the draw on the fearsome. Again, use it before you lose it. Plus 4 damage from the Nago. This is a situation. This is Chris's
Such
moment.
a tense moment. I mean,
runaway on a 5.
Oh my gosh.
Check say 5
3.
because of the inspiring song. I've
Yeah,
lost our feed.
We lost our feed, but we're gonna go to our other. Okay.
All right, it's a little blurry, but we can still figure it out.
Yeah, we know what was in hands, but we responded with Quenmas.
We canceled the runaway.
Yeah, it took a total of 12 here.
Yes,
I think,
which is huge.
Giant.
There's nothing else that Carson can do for
Yeah,
this.
it's-
Echoes the move. There it is. Something's happening. No, it was canceled. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It is what
checks
it
at
is.
4.
Yeah, we're at 17 for Carson. We're going to copy
I think
another
this is
move.
it.
I just don't know. It's the Bloodsucking
The
Universe.
Bloodsucking Universe to get the tension so we can play our Thunder
Echoed
Spear Barrage.
Thunder Spear Barrage once again.
Yeah, which is on safety 4s at this point.
Safety
Yeah.
4s. Carson Panos
Yeah.
going to probably end up losing this game at this moment
Wow.
from Chris Minor.
I told you Quenmas would matter. Just not the way that I thought it would.
We held on to it the entire
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. And it's because we were thinking about City Rampage, right?
which
'Cause it
never
went
was
for-
played.
Yeah, but it ends up winning, probably winning as the game.
Yes.
I mean, unless somebody snuck a copy Zom into our deck.
Single digit health here. Walk the dog
Walk
on a
the
5
dog.
after everything was committed. That's the handshake.
game.
Chris Minor will be in your final.
Going to your championship final. Wowzers. The final round, guys, celebrating. It looks like TC and
Justin has
have
finalized.
finished. Yeah, so I think it looks like TC's the one sitting down.
I
So
don't-
probably
I'm not
waiting
too
for his
sure.
match.
Incredible performance here for Chris Minor here at the
Wow.
World Championship. Moving into the finals as a 6th seed. Depending on whose opponent it is, he will be able to go first or second. Obviously,
He's got to cool down now because we have to go through our other top 4
That-
matches.
we do have to
But
go
Chris
through.
Minor going to the
That's
final?
Nago Ryuki in the finals
Yeah.
is incredible
Yeah.
here at 2025 World
Gosh,
Championship.
the thing is, people were talking about Bridget was about one of the only characters that I heard. Naguriyuki was not on anybody's radar. People were like, "Oh, this is like a cool locals deck, man." And Chris is like, "Yeah, it's my cool locals deck, and I'm taking it to the World Championship Finals."
And again, the only one on this character.
Yeah, taking down a lot of. You see the final round game shop guys in the background.
Absolutely.
There. But yeah, taking down so many Godzillas on his way there. It's the thing is that. Just the amount of damage he can put out when a 6-hander is out of defensive juice to squeeze is immense, right? Godzilla gets 4 damage when they have the City Rampage and their character, right? But being able to put 4 damage on 3 difficulty attacks means that you can do it with much fewer resources.
Absolutely. And we even saw, right? Like, there's a world where after that board reset, he could have even played one if he had drawn it to punish the sort of board reset, because you know that when Godzilla does it, there's no more cards in hand, and at the end of the day, we were waiting for the Coeminus task to be ready to be played for the City Rampage, but I think even Carson, even when he did have it, strategically not playing it is because he knows he's probably playing around those things. But when it comes down to the runaway being your only defensive action that you have to play out for, holding on to that Coeminus task, I think, being the entire highlight of that last game for Chris. Incredible performance.
Yeah. If the runaway had resolved, his turn was over. It was just over.
Yes, it was over.
Because only taking 4 from it meant that we were going to go to 23, which is a lot harder to do. Even with the walk the dog, it would have been like check multiple 6s.
It was going to be nuts. Because it would have been the echoed Inventor's Creation on a 5, and then you're still having to go and play the walk the dog afterwards on a 6, or even more. And then also if we still want to play the attacks afterwards.
It would have been. Anyway, that's
another
not what
Godzilla has been eliminated from the tournament. Only one remains in George, your Swiss champ, after yesterday, but he has to fight his opponent, who we will make sure and confirm for the next top 4 match. So I'm going to say goodbye for a little bit, and Sam and Bromley will be back for the other half of top 4 for your World Championships, so don't go anywhere.
Something about the way you move makes me wanna feel your groove. Something about the way you dress, baby, got me feeling like a mess, baby. We should still have fun, though we say we're done. 'Cause I just wanna get down with you. I find the last time I can call you mine. Once more then I swear we are through. You can tell me when we're naked. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. Haven't kissed your lips for days, don't remember how they taste. You can tell me when we're naked. You can tell me when we're naked. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. Haven't kissed your lips for days, don't remember how they taste. You can tell me when we're naked. Naked. Something about the way your skin feels underneath my lips. Something about the way you look at me gets me every time I see your face. We should still have fun, though we say we're done. 'Cause I just wanna get down with you. I find the last time I can call you mine. Once more then I swear we are through. You can tell me when we're naked. We don't have time, so let's not waste it. Haven't kissed your lips for days, don't remember how they taste. You can tell me when we're naked. You can tell me when we're naked. We don't have time, so let's not waste it.
Hello and welcome back, UniVersus players around the world. We have a very special announcement for you. Unfortunately, we're dealing with some technical issues, so we're gonna have to restart the stream.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nagori Yuki got 4 blood counters, and he committed our internet service provider. So
yeah, he committed the Wi-Fi here. So the stream is going to go away for just a moment, but please don't go anywhere. All you got to do is refresh the page, and we will be back with more top 4 UniVersus action here at the 2025 World Championship. We apologize for the inconvenience, but please, we hope that you'll stay with us and join us for what should be the most exciting rounds.
Yeah, we'll be right back. Go pee.